Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Guildmates of Ravnica. This month, Kyle will be taking us to a new guild, which we chose with full acknowledgement of what it was and everything. We totally understand everything that's going on. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, hey Dream there in chat, please check out the wall of links that my bot is currently spamming at you. That includes all of our social links, it includes all of the ways you can support us, information about our sponsors, big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing for making this all possible, and also gives you links to the websites where we have 10 to 15% discount codes, so please check out those as well. All of the traffic that goes through the through our sponsors from our channel and all of the times that our codes get used helps us grow as a channel, so it is definitely another very valid way of supporting us, and we thank you. I think that's everything from me. I've really streamlined that with the whole bot thing, you know, that's made things so much easier. So Kyle, why don't you introduce us, the Gruul, and everything? Oh, hi!
Hey. Wow, that is super streamlined compared to what I was prepared for. Hi, Sir Stalwart, and we're back this week with our new clan, as Scrat said, the Gruul clans, and clans plural because they can't seem to get along enough to be called a proper guild. They are separate clans that come together under just bullying and sheer might of one of their guild master is a giant cyclops. I can't pronounce it right. Borbigamus, probably butchered that, but yeah. So the Gruul clans function separately, but are pulled together for certain things. Usually, let's just smash us together, or society must go kind of thing. And we are very animalistic, and we're down with nature, but not in a friendly way like the Celestine Conclave. It's all about, we want Ravnica to come back to its original form and not be covered in city and tyranny and whatnot. So it's a brief overview of the Gruul. Let's go around and meet our new characters, fresh batch of new characters. Let's swing over to Nairi. Tell us about Arabella.
Hi, Arabella. She is this tiny 3-foot fiery halfling bard who is just so proud of herself and just so willing to show her talents to the world that every time she tried, she was rejected. And so she kind of is pissed at that, and she wants to show the world, more so the civilizations and cities and stuff, that, you shouldn't reject talent like hers. She's too good. So that's her.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. See, not everybody starts out as Gruul these days. Sometimes you're just pushed to the edge by society, and you know what? You gotta lash out in your own way. Excellent. So, Nathaniel, can you tell us about Baron?
All right. Baron, big hulking man, has a lot of anger in him, but he's chosen in life to channel his anger into his writing, as he goes and seeks out the corruption of the bureaucracy of Ravnica that he knows is there because he sees the atrocities that are done on a whim, and he tries to expose it to the grander public so that they might see the reality of the Gruul way of life and how that is a more appropriate method, and strike down the bureaucrats.
I love it. So yeah, so the Gruul, boasting the strength and the might of nature and ready to take it back with its very fury, and then you have the investigative journalist who is taking it to the streets in another way, and I love it. I'm anxious to see how that pans out. Scrat, can you introduce us to Fork? I'll let you know. I'll have you let them know what Fork is.
Hello, I'm Fork, and I'm definitely part of a clan, or I am at the moment. I might be between clans. I don't know. I do the jobs that need doing, especially when I need to burn things. That's good for me. I like that a lot. Fork is a orc standing at 6'2", with grey skin, bright blue hair, and eyes that look like tiefling eyes, which shine a mist of purple rather than anything else. Rather than being a fighting orc, although he does still have the muscular build, high dex, high strength, and high constitution, They are, in fact, a wild magic sorcerer.
Nice. And I'm sure nothing but focused spell casting is coming from Fork. Good. No bad things at all. Awesome. So we have met our party, and let's dig into it as we are in the Rubble Belt, which is Ravnica's, the spaces in Ravnica that have been either taken back by nature or have somehow survived the very upbringing of Ravnica as a city world. And the Gruul have done a good job at taking back space after space, reclaiming it for nature. And you'll see a lot of ruins and broken down everything as the Gruul tries to expand their influence. It's tough, though. It's tough when pretty much every other guild looks down on you and you're not getting a whole lot of support. But the Gruul don't give a shit. They are we're out here in the Rubble Belt, and we're cool. We're happening. So the three of you have been called into the presence of a chieftain who used to be considered a lesser chieftain. Nobody took him seriously because he is a Viashino, which is a rather slender lizard folk person. And he was not taken seriously, but through acts of strength and ferocity, he has found his place amongst chieftains in the Gruul clans, has his own little clan set up, and you three have been called in to help him with the matter. And he is you guys are all in the Rubble Belt, and you go into his large I think it used to be something along the lines of some kind of eatery, some kind of food place, and he has taken it over, gotten rid of any of the machinery and stuff that was in there, and made it very basic. And you three are called into his little chieftain's area, and as you go in, you see a long, thin lizard folk man with some tattered clothing, and he's not wearing any boots. He has his feet propped up on this desk, this stone desk, which was just merely looked like a few pieces of stone stacked together to make the desk. The Gruul aren't completely primitive, but some of them really have a hard time letting go and accepting anything else other than the basic necessities. So it seems like a very basic kind of guy, and he's sitting up there, and he has he's sitting there playing with a knife, and he puts it away and leans up in his chair and looks at the three of you. I'm glad you all come. Come on in. Yeah.
Hi.
Let me get a look at you. Get in the light here. And he has like a fire right in the middle of the floor. No lighting in the room other than this big fire. Oh my.
Hello.
Oh. Good. Well, I see I got a chip a lot. I think your individual skills could be used here in a manner that needs your attention. I need you to go to one of these scum field offices, as they call them, in Ravnica's, one of their more populated areas. And I need you to do some bullying. He looks over at you, Fork. I need you to do some bullying to a gentleman who owns the deed to a piece of land that we must reclaim.
Burn down the piece of land that we must burn.
Oh my. Looks over to you, Baron. Well, let me move on to your part, sir. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. What was your name, sir?
Baron Zovex. Pleased to
Okay.
be doing service to our grand clan.
Yes, grand indeed, and we are up and up, as they say. Yes, your particular talents with dealing with people has brought you to me today, and I need, looks over at Fork again. I need this to go down with. Well, I mean, bloodshed's okay as long as the mission's accomplished, but I need this gentleman to legally give this land back. Or give this land to us, and then after that, it's really, I don't care what you do, but we need this land. It is a burial ground. Looks over at you, Fork. Furls a like those little spiky eyebrow that he has. Not burn ground. It's a burial ground.
Burn the ground. Legally burn the ground. Get the thing burned. Yes.
I'll apply a little nuance to his approach.
I hope so, because if he burns the burial ground, well, then we're all in trouble.
We get a new ounce of burial gowns. Got it.
Burial gowns, as long as you go in that direction, you won't go wrong. Yeah.
I can try and entice him. I mean, I can be pretty persuasive. I'd like to think.
Well, that's where you come in. Yeah, it needs a special touch. I need, I have hard knocks and I have, hard beat over here. I need something a little more subtle in case that method doesn't work. I'm gonna come with you three, just to sit in the back and watch everything go down. Don't worry. But I just this is on my shoulders here, and our clan depends on this. We have to take this land back by next moonrise.
Do you mention your name, sir?
My name is Grippo.
Right, sit down. Thanks.
Yes, you're welcome. Is there any questions before we head over to this scum field office?
For this one, do we get any magic weapons to take with us? Any artifacts of greater burning or scrolls of massive fireballs or anything like that?
Look around you, Orc. There ain't a whole lot of none of that shit here.
You haven't got some in your pocket or something?
I don't have pockets. I keep everything that I need either in front of me or in my stomach.
We'll be taking the magic with us.
There's a scroll in your stomach?
I did have a skull. I had a bird skull in my stomach, but I passed that. So now we're good to go. You can go out back if you want to see where the bird skull's at, but I warn you, it ain't pleasant.
Right.
Fork, I think your magic will be plenty enough burnating for this job.
Okay. I'm ready.
I hope something gets out.
Landowner have a name?
Yes, and he has like a stack of 3 papers sitting on this stone desk, and he slides them around, kind of like he's sifting through papers. He looks at them and here he hands all 3 papers to you, Baron. I'm sorry, I can't quite understand that mumbo jumbo. And on the top paper you read, you read. And the top paper, you read Franklin. It just says one word on it, Franklin. The other 2 papers, one has like a stick figure drawing of a guy with a spear and a dead buffalo type animal beside it. And the third picture actually has, it looks like it's a picture representation of a stained glass window with some kind of like very artistic design on it. And yeah, he probably didn't draw that one.
Fork will come and read over your shoulder.
Sure. Grohl intel's getting better. It's good progress.
I hope so. They told me it was good. I don't quite know how to understand it.
Arabella's like bouncing, trying to catch a glimpse of the thing. She's so short.
After Baron's taken a few notes, he'll hand it to you, seeing you going at these antics.
I taught myself to read,
Impressive.
For
That's hard.
Scrolls of fire making.
No, reading magical runes are even harder.
Yeah. Probably won't come in handy anywhere else, I'm sure.
Thank you very much to Michael Wayne, who donates a reroll to CrimeNet for representing Dungeons and Deductibles. And also, Kyle, we have hit 10 retweets already.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, let's just roll that out of the way there. Okay, so let's roll our D4. to see who's going to roll our guild activity table. And
Oh, I have no idea what's happening now.
so, yes, when we get 10 retweets, we hit certain milestones for the stream. We will roll a guild activity table, which is kind of like a Wild Magic Surge table. It's just something going on in the area with one of the guilds, and we'll roll to see who rolls that thing, who it happens to, and yeah, so we'll do that now. So Nairi 1, Nathaniel 2, and Scrat 3, and 4 will be 2 of you. Okay, Scrat, go ahead and roll a d20, please. As I find this table, there we go. And number 4.
It's like my name.
With a cut.
Need to add a K.
Yeah. 4. Okay. Oh wow, that is okay. Okay. We're just gonna keep going, and that will definitely present itself in a wonderful way. So excellent. Okay. So the 3 of you gather up this very tall, slender Viashino man named Grippo, Chief Grippo, I guess, but you're starting to get the gist as you walk out of this and into his little area that his clan is very, very small. But he's on the rise. He's looking to make a name. And Grippo leads you all through the Rubble Belt and into one of Ravnica's more populated areas. And the 3 of you look very out of place. Well, the 4 of you now look very out of place, and everything is very civilized. This is the edge of a market district, so there's a lot of hustle and bustle. It's about almost noon, and Grippo's looking around and he's picking his teeth with a knife as you guys are walking. I really hate it in here. Let's make this quick.
You don't like it?
There's too many people, and they all want money and shit.
Can't you just imagine them all screaming?
Does help.
Now, yes, that, Mr. Fork, that I can do. Wow.
Yeah,
That would be pleasant.
I like marketplaces because they put all the stores in one big line. And the people, they all walk between them and they all bump into each other. So if you were to cast a lightning bolt, oh, I dream of it. You know? Woof! Up it all goes in flames.
So that was you 2.5 weeks ago. Wow.
No. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Barry writes a couple of things down.
I haven't been charged.
Yeah, they say the coroner couldn't even identify the bodies. They were so scorched. Whoever that was, I'm sure I would pat them on the back if I could, if they weren't allegedly themselves.
Yeah, I like their fiery spirit.
Yes.
I mean, it might have been me.
Maybe.
I love Fork.
So the 3 girl and the arsonist walk down the street, and they head to this small little building that is tucked between 2 larger buildings in a row. Surprisingly, in a very closely established row of buildings, ripe for the burning. This small little building nestled in there with an alley on each side of it. You 4 walk in, and as soon as you walk in, across the room is 6 desks. They're essentially an office space with no cubicle walls or anything between them, just 6 desks. And you can hear people writing and talking, mumbling to each other, and a couple of them look up at you, and one person comes over and goes over to you guys, and as he's walking towards you, Grippo taps you on the shoulder, Baron, and says, "All right, I'm just going to hang back here and play real subtle. The 3 of you have this." He kind of slowly goes and lingers behind all of you by a potted plant. Can I help you?
Yes, we're looking for on Franklin. He owns land in the area, and we have some urgent business with him.
I'm Franklin. I don't own land in the area, but I am zoning. I'm in charge of zoning. Is that what you mean?
Yes, of course. Sorry, my note. He crosses out a random spot on his notebook to look like he's adjusting.
just in the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can I help? What can I help you, gentle people, with? Keeps looking at Fork like, fuck.
Well, you handle all the deeds around here, don't you?
Yes, I handle legal possession of land within this quadrant of Ravnica, of course.
Fantastic, because oh, what was that? It was some kind of a, did they say burial ground? And she looks at Baron.
Yes, and did we ever get like an identification for the area we were trying to, like a name or anything?
Yeah. He would have, Grippo would have told you exactly. You guys would have passed it on the way here, and he would have shown you exactly where you went. And if you gave him a description of that area, it doesn't have a name per se. It's not on a street. Yeah. It's at the edge of this part of civilization. Just another foothold they'd like to get on the rubble belt to expand it.
Yeah. So there's a swath of land between Foundry Street and Gray Avenue. That has some historical significance to the Groll and surrounding important guilds. We believe there's a burial ground of some ancestors, and we'd like it zoned as a landmark to cordoned off from development.
I'm glad you're here, because the last person who came to looks over at Fork. The last person who came to discuss this was less than cordial. As I explained to him, I apologize that this is some kind of burial ground, maybe your people's burial ground. I don't know, but I'm not authorized to give that portion of land back to the Gruul.
I mean, you handle all of them, don't you? You manage things.
Yeah, but I'm legally.
Oh, but I'm sure you can do something to help us out.
Yeah, he's looking at you, and it's kind of you kind of being nice and persuasive. As you're rolling a persuasion check, Arabella, a big crash comes from behind the three of you. As you look back and you see Grippo standing by that large potted plant that he was kind of looming behind. Sorry, it fell on its own.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Sir, don't destroy the plant. It's all right. Just stay away, and I'll clean it up then.
Is there any chance that my Inquisition might have assisted Arabella in her persuasion?
You're going to have a separate. Your thing's separate in the persuasion part.
So I still roll it, yeah?
Yeah, still roll your persuasion. As you're talking to this guy. There's no break, except for the crash behind you, and this gentleman seems to be all ears toward you. And I'm sorry. What was the particulars of both of your? I don't understand.
Don't worry, I'll clean up the plant, and Fork will cast Firebolt or produce flame. Firebolt on the plant.
Okay. Oh, that's true. That's true. We don't want no plants coming back in this campaign. Oh wow. Okay, so is that 2 for the wild? Yes, that's a wild. Okay, good.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done it on a cantrip. Actually, I'll get better at that.
Nah, no biggie. We can have wild magic surges on cantrips. Fuck it, I don't care. So
you're the DM, boss.
The beauty of it. So wow, the three of you are starting out strong as he's encapsulated Arabella by your sweet and very down to earth nature, and Baron by your ability to actually seem very competent in compared to what he's been dealing with, not only from the city populace but especially from the Gruul, being how they are. So he's very much in tune with y'all's conversation, and then Fork, he sees a flash of light from behind you two, and Fork, you definitely got that plant, and well, because it was such a precise hit, we'll say you didn't get the floor. So it hit the plant. The plant is burning up, creating an awful smell. But the dirt that was underneath the plant is keeping it from catching the floor on fire. And oh no, sir, no more. Thank you. It's the plant's done.
Well, don't you just love the smell of plants burning?
No.
Smells like.
Okay. Oh no, Teen Spirit.
I don't know, actually, but it smells like plants burning, I guess.
Oh, no, sir. That is... Okay, well, anyway, yeah, we needed that smell in here, of course. It'll get us motivated.
So I didn't mean to get all sappy on you.
Bernadette, crack a window. It's getting...
My tea was too hot.
Yeah. Excellent. He's taken himself out of the equation. Now there's no one to persuade them. So he goes back because you two rolled such high rolls. He manages to overlook the disaster in the back and come back to the two of you. And look, I'm very sorry, but there's nothing I can do. My hands are tied.
Well, is there anything we can do to untie them?
No, they're not.
He's starting to sweat at this point. And the three of you hear another crash behind you as an entire bookshelf has fallen over, and Grippo's standing beside it. Oh, I'm sorry. Complete accident. You really ought to check your furniture. It all seems to be falling down and cracking.
Fork's gonna go and grab the guy, I think. Like, by the lapels. Okay. Now look! I was told to come and bully you until you give me what I want! I'm gonna shake him!
Yeah, he started like ragdolling back and forth.
Now, I'm certain that as someone who manages these kind of accounts, that there's some papery fuckery you could do that would make our situation at least more beneficial to us and get us out of your hair. Also, you might be avoiding a little public nuisance about people hearing that you have denied the burial sanctity of an entire clan of Grohl. That might, well, let's just say there might be a little more vandalism along the way, if that's the case.
Well, let's keep with the two of yours good persuasion rolls. That's a good way to add on to that, Baron. Fork, go ahead and make an intimidation check as you're holding this gentleman up.
Get him.
Not my best, but pretty good.
Have your friend put me down, and maybe we can discuss something, arrangements, because he smells really bad.
Fork pulls back his hand. You want me to put him down?
No, Fork. Come here.
Oh.
Just let go.
Oh, like put him down, not like put him down.
Yeah.
so easily confused. Hello, Arabella.
I reach out my hand just to take Fork's hand and pull him away from the guy gently.
Where are we going?
Brushes off his suit. Thank you. Damn it? Question mark? I don't. Okay.
He's a special one.
No, I think he smells quite good.
I think you got too much plant burning in the nose. Okay. Listen. Please don't destroy anything else in the back. Please. I get it. Please. And Grippo's just kind of. Grippo's kind of slowly walking, and he nods over to you, Baron. Oh, I'm sure he does. Okay. I'm just standing here. He starts walking over to like a coat rack with a bunch of coats on it.
Let's see if he acts like he gets it.
Listen, okay, look, I can't legally do anything. But if I were to come across like 600 gold pieces, I could have somebody else make it legal. For the Gruul clans, of course.
Well, it sounds like a good deal, but really, I mean, I suggest you help us anyway out of the goodness of your heart. I'm gonna cast suggestion. on
Ooh.
on him.
On Franklin.
Okay, that is a
Yeah.
will save, right? Will save.
That is
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Okay.
Oh.
So, what are you
Love to
suggesting to
I
Franklin?
was suggesting that he help us out of the goodness of his heart rather than the deal.
Oh, he seems a little enthralled. Ma'am, I, that's wonderful, but I have to pay the person who I need to pay to make it happen. My
Well,
heart is in
surely-
the right place.
I'm sure it is, but surely you can make the payment happen somehow. You really care about this thing, don't you?
Apparently, you haven't worked for the 10th district. We don't make a whole lot of money.
Well,
But I will
we
be
are
glad to help you. Out
and
of the
then what
goodness.
can you do?
Arabella, can you make him give us the name of his person?
Ooh. Maybe we can talk to that friend for you. Loosen him up a little bit for you.
That's a great idea. Just be careful because he's in the Azorius office. And seeing you walk into the Azorius office may spook quite a few people.
Okay, we'll be very careful. What's their name?
Geppetto.
Fantastic.
Very large man. Be careful. The Azorius are not kind to your guild.
Would I know that? Would I know stuff about that?
Most guilds aren't kind to your guild, but yeah, especially the Azorius who are like lawful good folks.
Azorius is bureaucrat central. They make the laws. They
Ah.
enforce the law. Partially. They're
We are
hard.
the opposite of that.
But if you come across the money, I will help you out of the goodness of my heart, just enough to pay off person to help.
Okay.
Kind of rocking back and forth a little bit.
So, we can either, I'm looking at the party now, we can get the money, or we can just, go to the contact and try and talk to him ourselves.
Those do seem to be the options.
Burn the money, burn the contact.
I like that, but we won't get
Very
the burial grounds like that. We get the burial grounds and then we burn the money and the contact.
Yay!
Grippo, your clan doesn't happen to have that kind of liquid cash lying around, does it?
Slowly, it takes his focus off Arabella and looks at you. I don't have a clan, sir.
Ask Grippo.
Oh, jeez, sorry, wrong person. Okay, so
Fine.
Grippo's getting ready to knock over a whole rack of coats and hats and stuff. Takes his hand away. I don't have that kind of money on hand, but I think I know where we could get it. Take it from.
That's not bad.
Would it involve burning?
It may.
That's a
I mean,
plus.
burning's usually an option for our kind.
You hear that, for?
I do, I like it.
Well.
How about we discuss this away from this gentleman before I get touchy-feely with this office?
Who are you calling gentleman?
Oh, not you, Fork.
Oh.
Never you, Fork. Never. I would never stoop to calling you a gentleman.
I'm sure this fine gentleman in front of us will be glad to help us, Chief. Everything will be fine.
Well, good. Let's go fetch that money so we can be done with this. We've only got so much time.
Yeah.
Up to 8 hours, specifically, before somebody gets a little mad at me.
concentration.
Who would get mad at you, Arabella? Who would get mad at you?
Oh, no one you can't take care of.
Oh,
That's
good.
true. But yes, let's get out of this office.
Mm.
That is very true. They're all weak around here. Weak. He's opened up the door. Weak.
As Baron walks out, he just want to take the door and just try to just break it off the hinges as he walks out the door.
Ooh, okay, sure. Make an athletics check as you go to slam the door. It's not quite rickety, but it's not metal or anything, so
Let's
Just-
make
tis a possibility.
know
Oh,
that.
Ooh.
Oh,
there.
I'm on.
You've been doing a lot of Pilates, haven't you? So yeah, Baron, you reach back and poof, you slam the door shut. Though it doesn't like snap the door, throw it off the hinges. The door handle breaks off and is essentially useless now. You're holding on to this side of the door handle, and the whole right side of the door towards the jamb is all cracked in, and yeah, that door will no longer be able to be locked. You hear some possible cursing coming from the other side of the door. Come on! Oh no!
Can't stand bureaucrats like that.
Before we leave, Fork would just gather up a couple of books. Just grab them. Because books have got magic in them.
Okay. You want to be sneaky about it, or you just grab it?
No, I'm not sneaky. I'm just going to go over and just be like, I'll have that one, and that one, and that one there. That'd be nice. Oh, that one's a pamphlet.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if he's still eyeballing Arabella or not.
Pamphlet's kind of like a scroll.
Pamphlets are a lot
Okay.
like a scroll.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to take the one fellow who's up front with you doesn't seem to take any notice. The other office workers in the back in the office area, they're purposely not looking at the lot of you, as to not draw attention to themselves. So yeah, you walk out with a handful of books, and no one seems to notice. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so Grippo takes all of you and gets out of this part of Ravnica and back out into the rubble belt. And as soon as you get far enough away from prying ears and eyes, we're in a bit of a pickle here. I can easily get the money as well as extra money from what I hear. One of my contacts in another clan has led me to, or given me directions to this treasure in Old Ravnica. It was by a pirate, a treasure by a Golgari pirate named One-Eyed Willie. And, well, the problem is that I already sent 3 ogres down to get the treasure. If y'all beat them there, by all means, it's yours, and I won't have to pay them a dime. That should be plenty to take care of this problem for me, plus a little extra for yourselves. I know we don't need money too much out here, but you could use it to buy more fire.
I like coffee.
You can make coffee with fire. See? It all comes back around, doesn't it, Fork?
Yes, and where there's smoke, there's Fork.
Yes.
That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Yes. It's like a nursery rhyme, isn't it? Okay. Well, I could give directions to go down there, but you're gonna have to be hasty. Those ogres are less than intelligent, so you should be able to beat them down there. Try not to kill them. They are gruel, but whatever. If they get lost down there, that's on them. Strongest survive, right?
Yeah.
Go after old Golgari pirate's treasure, or go harass a bureaucrat in the smelly Azorius guild hall. I'll take the pirate treasure.
Both.
We
Yeah.
get to make some money too.
Why not both?
That's yeah. I mean both.
And the pirate's got a timeline, though. That's where there's a line in time that you've got to approach.
You're
Or
so
Scratticus point.
clever.
I do that first.
Do you think so, Arabella?
Yeah.
Do these ogres have names?
Yeah, so there was the mother. Her name was Maud. And her sons, Todd and Fraud.
I like that last one.
I've heard of
Sounds
Fraud.
good.
I hear he's at large all over the city.
Well, I mean, he's quite thick. He's at large wherever he is, I'm sure.
I've heard he is quite thick. Quite the snack, they say.
Fraud is on the diet, I guess. Oh, Fork. My.
It's a treasure.
Okay.
The best boy.
So, oh yeah, I should make him. See, I should bring it. I should interweave all these guild stories. We'll have one of these ogres be like the baby or the father of maybe and the baby ogre that was last. Yes. Yeah. See, it's all interwoven. So the three of you get directions from Grippo. Grippo grabs a piece of stone with a relatively flat surface and just kind of brushes it off and pulls out one of his knives and begins to scribble a little bit.
I offer him a piece of paper and a pen.
Oh no, thank you. I never really got into that. Starts scribbling on the
Do
rock.
it yourself.
And he draws out this very crude map. Treasure here, ... Lagoon here, ... Tunnels, water tunnels here. And he said, you're going to want to start here, at this precise area with the water tunnels. There's only 3 of you.
Is there a waterfall in the lagoon?
Why, yes, there is.
Oh, I do like lagoons with waterfalls. Is there caves behind the waterfall in the lagoon? My mum used to tell me about a story where pirates hid in the cave behind a waterfall. I like that.
I mean, every waterfall has a cave behind the lagoon, does it not?
I hope so. That's what I was led to believe as a little un. He holds his hand only like a couple of inches below his current height.
You must have been a hard baby to pass. Okay, well, I'll tell your mother. I give her my odds. Wow. So I can take you to the entrance of the tunnels. You'll each you're gonna have to take 2 boats. All I have is 2-person boats. The tunnel's pretty narrow, so you don't have to worry about getting off track too much. Just go on down there, and I think you end up in the lagoon, and it's not too far from there.
We're fairly tiny. Can we all just fit in one boat?
I doubt it. I mean, you can, but the odds of there being consequences to cramming all in one tiny little kayak are pretty bad.
I mean, if someone sticks a hole in one of them, we might want a backup.
Oh, true.
I can go on my own. That's fine.
I would also
Sure.
give you a way to lug some treasure up here if it ends up being too much for your hands.
I'm afraid he might burn his boat. I'll go with him.
I guess I'm in my own boat then. Sure.
Okay, well then let's get on the trail, and
You're coming with
I'll
us?
lead you. I'll lead you to the tunnel entrance. I can't go down there in fear something would happen, my clan would fall apart, and this would not get done. I must find the way, even if nobody else can.
All right.
Yes, I'll lead you to the tunnel. That I know of. And he says, "Come on!" And you all make your way to a different part of the rubble belt, and amidst a rubbly ruin of a Burger King that once was, you dig. Grippo pulls some of these rocks and asks for your help, pulling some of these rocks away from this one wall, and he pulls it open, and you see like a 6 foot tall. I'm sorry, 6 foot wide by 10 foot tall opening, and you see that not from ground level, but right below ground level, it seems to be this lip of water that is going down the tunnel. He said that used to be a spring at one point. I don't know who moved what. And they put this building over top of it. You know, they didn't know we were going to take it back, but here we are.
It's good to see that it recovered. It must have bounced back this spring, and now it's a waterfall.
Yes, of sorts, though essentially it just coats the tunnel. The waterfall should be at the end, though. You should be able to see it once you enter the lagoon. Just be careful. From what I remember about this tunnel before it had the water going through it, could be a little tricky.
Tricky?
Yes, critters and whatnot. You know, if you're going too high of a speed, and you hit a squirrel because they hide deep underground, of course, and other critters that might end up in this tunnel. Just tell you, watch your face.
I could use a couple critters. And she pats her stomach like she's hungry.
Yeah, just open your mouth. It's just like riding a bicycle. Just open your mouth and I'm with you. You got this.
Yeah.
I would have went for motorcycle, but I don't think that would have fit. Not so much with the Gruul clan. So he lugged one of these. Grippo lugged one of these small canoes over here, and had two or one of you lug the other one. They're pretty lightweight stuff, wooden canoes, and he says, "Okay, well, I don't know how you all want to divvy the riding situation up. All I would suggest is that you stagger yourselves because the tunnel's not very wide. Should you need to avoid something, you might want a little room."
Okay. So yeah, I
Good
guess Arabella's gonna ride in with Fork to make sure he doesn't burn the wood that is just asking to be burned.
Yes.
I mean, it's fair.
Yes.
I'll go in the front canoe.
Okay. So you're taking lead. Who all here has dark vision?
I do not.
know Fork does.
I do. I'm an half-orc. I have dark vision.
I don't think halflings have dark vision, do they?
No. I tell you what, Arabella, you sit in front of me and I'll make sure we don't bang into anything in the dark.
Okay.
Are you still taking point?
Yeah, I'll just pull out my bullseye lantern and just.
Okay. Yeah, you're holding your lantern up now.
Yeah.
So
That's
you just going.
That's a 60-foot cone of bright light.
Okay. Yeah, you're like a freight train light out in front of you. The tunnel is only like 6 foot wide, so as long as you don't need to make any adjustments, you're good with holding your lantern. Should you need to steer one way or the other at all, then you might want to put your lantern down. That's up to you, or not.
Yeah,
that's always an option as well.
When things get hairy, the lantern drops, and then the boat catches fire, and then I die. It'll be great.
And then Fork laughs hysterically in the boat behind you. Okay, so
Trying to understand.
Yeah, it all works out.
You know, Arabella, I've heard about people that can go down these sorts of tunnels without boats. They call it lugieing.
You want to tell me more about that?
I don't really know much more about it, except that it's called lugieing, and they go down with, like, suits on.
Oh. Well, I bet it's no fun if they can't burn anything, huh?
Exactly, but could be fun if they burnt their boat first, right?
Yeah, but we don't have those loogie suits, so we shouldn't burn these boats.
Like, Fork does the math gif or equations.
Yeah.
You're right!
Excellent. So the three of you hop into the two boats, and Baron, you hop into your boat and you shove off into this water, and it's not The water itself is only a few feet deep, enough for your boat to nestle down in it and to be propelled downwards, but not enough that you're going to drown unless, there's water rushing into your face and whatnot. But you take off, and luckily it's not a straight drop. It's more of a gradual decline, but it's pretty fast. You're moving pretty fast. And Fork and Arabella, you take the boat behind him, very close behind him, and the three of you are off, and you're zooming down this very small tunnel in these two small canoes. And Baron, you got your light shining ahead of you, and it isn't but like 2 minutes of travel at probably 50 miles an hour down this chute of death. And the boat's rocking, and your lights in front of you can see kind of shaking as it's hitting the ceiling and the area in front of you. And you see up ahead, actually, Baron, do a perception check, please.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could do at first I thought we were going slower, so I was gonna try to do an investigation for boat traps, but this is much too fast for that.
Yeah, you start out kind of slow, but then the grade in the tunnel begins to slope very, very hard.
Ooh, that's a natural one.
Oh no.
Okay. So, like you said, you were kind of hoping to get a good look at this area. Maybe like a slow love boat cruise where you're just glancing around and you can take it in. But the tunnel itself goes from very slight grade to, and you are buzzing down, and your light is now bouncing around to the two of you behind him. It looks kind of like a light show going on up in front. There's not a whole lot of traction control in this boat. And as your light is flopping all around and shining all over the walls, you catch a glimpse of two very tiny eyes, and then 4 very tiny eyes, and then 6 very tiny eyes, and then 10 very tiny eyes, all in a matter of half a second, as they come flying towards you, or you come flying towards them. And you are pelted with a bunch of tiny bat-like creatures as you're flying through them. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, fun.
As I think Fork and Arabella, you can see many tiny little shadows cascade across the tunnel wall in front of you. It looks as though the light show that Baron's performing up there, remember in the 90s, the old laser shows and shit? The light show he's doing up in front of you seems to be casting shadows from some kind of creatures.
Also, you probably hear Baron screaming.
Wow, look at the initiative rolls. They're so mighty.
Fork, you can do it! Roll better!
I've got it! I've got it!
Just fireball me and them, it'll be fine.
Yes!
Oh, wow, nice. Okay. So, let me see these things. Dex mod 2. Oh, no, not the curse of the never pen. Ha! I got you, fucker. There we go. I got you this time. All right, so let's see here. So we have Fork. We have bats. Now, as these things are flying at you, Baron, you can see that they look like bats, but they're shaped kind of like a snowman. They have no feet. They just have a very large bulbous body and bat heads with red glowing eyes and rows of razor sharp teeth. Let's see here.
That's baffling.
But they are swarming. Some swarms are flying by you. So it's Arabella, and then poor Baron in the front. Right.
Yeah, a couple bad rolls in a row.
You guys used them all at the very beginning.
Yeah. I should have used my rear.
I wasn't sure if I liked bats or not, and then I heard that they got stuck in your hair and they could see without seeing. So nah.
Burn them.
I think Fork's gonna really enjoy these bats. It's so hilarious that Fork is the way he is, and these bats were already planned to be in this. So I think you're going to enjoy them. So it seems to be multiple swarms of these bats are everywhere. And Baron, some are like bouncing off of you and flying into you, and others are just flying past you. Who goes first? So Fork, a couple swarms of bats come pelting towards you.
Right. And we're in a small tunnel, right?
Yeah.
With lots of water and bats kind of in a straight line.
Yes. Yeah. Between you and Baron, there are a straight line of bats.
Now there is a game that we used to play, yeah, with sticks in the sand, where you would poke things in the sand and they would come on. We used to call it poke, come on. And that taught me that bats are weak to lightning.
Yes, that does sound like a very good case for determining. Oh God, yes, of course.
So, is this one currently an attack roll? It's not yet, but we can make it one, I'm sure. We don't want a spell card, no. We want this to be an attack roll, yes. Let me make some adjustments to roll 20. There we go, yes. Hang on a minute. Roll 20 doesn't recognise this as an attack roll, but it definitely is an attack roll. Dex save, that's it. Hang on a minute, let me just get this all right. All saving throw. There it is. Dex versus spell or damage is 8d6.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning!
Okay. So you can hit 2 of these swarms. There's essentially 4 swarms. 3 of them are like heading right towards Fork and Arabella, and one seems to be on Baron. And you can hit 2 of the swarms that are in front of you without hitting Baron, or you can hit 3 of the swarms if you decide to shoot it straight ahead through Baron.
I am not. I have. Who's Baron? I've forgotten all about him.
Oh no.
Can I cast it now? No, you're still doing the. There we go.
Oh no.
Okay. Holy shit. All right. So I'm gonna make 2. I'll do the 2 dex saves for them.
I'll make my dex save, which I have advantage on from danger sense.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, good. Good.
Okay, one of them's
Wow, that is amazing. We have 2.
And the other just succeeds. Wow.
1 swarm, 2 swarms, 3 swarms. Okay, so
Oh my
1,
god.
2, 3, 4, and the one. So swarm 1 passed with, what's that? 15 damaged. Halved.
Yeah.
Up to 15. So 15 damage. Oh wow. Okay. These things aren't having a great time. 13, and 32. 2 of the other ones.
I believe it's half damage. Yeah, half as much on a successful save. There you go.
Yeah, I took 15.
A casual 15 damage to those that succeed.
Oh.
Yeah, you feel the you feel the lantern in your hands want to be dropped to the ground, or maybe it's actually wants to be stuck to your hands as it's gyrating with electrical impulse as it runs through your body. Fork, you hold your lightning out, and you see all these several of these little bats going just popping in the air, and you feel the little specks of blood just kind of cascade over you. Arabella, you feel some blood little blood and chunks go into your hair since you set lower, and as these several of these little bats pop all over the place between you and Baron. Baron, you see a few bats are like in your face, coming to bite you, just explode out of existence. As
I very briefly go, thanks, and then his bolt hits me, and I'm like, thanks.
Oh, isn't it lovely?
Yeah,
The pain.
lovely.
Okay, so Baron, I'm sorry, Fork. That was a wonderful start. As these bats are now, there is one set upon you right now. A full swarm comes in from the side. The only one that wasn't hit during the attack comes in from the side and are attacking you. They're going to try to make 2 bite attacks. Oh, well, that's a shitty modifier. First attack is okay. They are moving onto your space. By the way, this group is like up in your face.
Oh, dear.
Fork.
This is Fork.
Okay, sorry, I missed that.
I'm just starting with the only like healthy gaggle of bats.
Sure.
17 hit.
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. One creature. Wow, really? Okay. Let's do damage here. Okay, so they are biting and nip at you for 8 piercing damage as several bats begin to sink their teeth into you, and you get a glimpse of one with your dark vision. Though you can't see in color, you see that the very bright, glowing eyes, almost as if there's fire in them. And they are biting at you, and they continue to bite at you one more time. Squeak. Oh no, only a 12.
That'll hit.
What?
I am a Sork.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Who needs mage? That's for wimps.
Oh my. Okay. So yeah, the rest, or they bite at you again as they get a taste for your flesh,
No.
and they are back for 4 more piercing damage as they bite into you. Okay, so none of them officially popped. Okay, so there are only but few remaining in the other 2 swarms that are on you, Fork, and on you, Arabella. The other 2 swarms, Arabella, are coming towards you.
Okay.
The remaining members just kind of squeak and shit. They're going to attack you. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay, and since they are very diminished, thanks to Fork, they are only going to do half of that damage.
I think Fork stands for favorite orc for me.
Favorite. So one piercing damage, Arabella, as a couple of them get a little nip on you, but you're able to bat a few of them away. And
Bat them away.
I not even trying. Not even trying. Okay. The other batch attacks you as well. Does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay, so you are batting them away.
Mm-hmm.
And one manages to get a little nip on you, but other than that, you make it through pretty healthy. Baron, the other one who took the one up by you, who was a little more healthy than the 2 that were just attacking her, kind of a decent size of the swarm, goes to attack you. Squeak. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay. Squeak, they're trying to bite into you. 9 piercing.
Yep. Ow.
As they, you can smell the smell of burnt fur and meat and flesh as maybe some of your burnt flesh, but as these bats have all been scorched around you. But there are still several alive that are on you and up in your face right now. One more attack from them. They are above. Oh my lord! I'm guessing 21 hits.
These creatures are driving me batty.
Yes. Okay. For the second bite or second batch of bites is 11 piercing damage as they are just ravenously.
Baron is at 5 HP.
Yeah,
I couldn't rage yet.
He's barrenly alive.
But ow.
Make there be plants at the end of the tunnel.
Well, these bats are plants. I'm just flavoring them. Everything in here is going to be plants, just flavored to be something else, and then a big reveal at the end. Everything is plants.
Got it. That's the big brain.
Yeah, spoiler. Okay, so that is the bat's turn. What's left of them? And Arabella, what would you like to do as you're being accosted by a couple of these bats?
Ow.
Oh no, Cure Wounds is touch.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is the other canoe from our
Oh,
canoe?
it's only like 5 feet. You could jump there from here, going 50 miles an hour.
I believe in you.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up for a second and just sort of give myself like a and I go. I try to jump to the other canoe.
Okay. Yep, go ahead and make an acrobatics check as you kind of balance yourself a little bit. You try to jump into the other canoe through the screen of bats.
15?
Oh yeah, 15 will make it. So you barely, but it makes it. So you jump and you land on one foot first, and you feel the whole boat rock as you see Baron swaying naturally from being just pummeled by bats and lightning, and you're right behind him.
Okay, I'm gonna try and gain my balance by letting myself just fall forward, and like I put my hands on Baron, and I just sort of like, I don't know, I sing a weird tune that really isn't that good, and I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level.
Oh, you're so kind.
Yes, at 3rd. You get 21.
Oh wow.
That makes me feel a lot better.
As a bonus action, I would like to inspire. You know what? Yeah, I'll inspire Baron as well.
How would you
I'll just be
inspire
like, "You've got this. The bats are awful. You can kill him if you try."
It seems like an odd time to be singing, but I feel so much better now.
That healing spell was very touching.
Oh, magic.
That was inflict wounds right there, Scrat. I felt it.
We're all gonna die in this tunnel.
So at this level, that's a D8 inspiration, right?
Yeah,
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
and
Very
that's my
nice.
turn.
Very nicely done. Okay, now we're down to Baron. See a whole round of a lot of shit going on around you. What would you
So
like
Baron's
to
gonna drop his bullseye lantern, hopefully aiming upwards, so he can still see this fucker.
do? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Take out his great sword because, well, that's the time for now. And he's gonna go for his 2 attacks at this swarm.
Okay.
And I have all my in-person dice already out because they were already here. Great sword.
Now, are you raging first, or are you?
I am not.
Okay. Okay, so you take out your great sword and you start swinging through bats. Yeah, easily. You easily start cleaving through them. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right. Okay. How do I get it to roll my damage?
Just click the word great sword in the chat, where it shows like your attack rolls and stuff. Just click the word great sword.
There we go. 11
click it
slashing.
Go ahead and click it again for your sec. Well, wait. Okay, we'll handle one at a time because I think you might end these fuckers. Okay, so you cleave through. Which one? How much do they have left? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so you cleave through several of these bats as you start swinging around with your greatsword, and you just see them just kind of spinning. It's like cutting. It's like Fruit Ninja. You're fucking Fruit Ninja, and they're just splitting apart and flying off. Some into your boat, some pieces into the water, and you cleave through most of them. Do you want to use that 20? Do you want to use that 20 as your second roll? You can do that.
Sure. I'll take it.
Okay.
For 8.
Woo! Okay. 18 left. 19 will do it. So you begin your first set of cleaves, and then you finish off with clearing all the bats off of you, as they just little pieces of them are just flying everywhere as you're slicing and dicing through this tunnel in the dark with just your light beaming up to guide your strikes. Very well done. You are covered in little specks of snowman-shaped bat juice, but you are alive, and they are dead.
I got one.
I got some. Fork's calling forward from the rear boat. He's taking the ash from the burst bats and like putting it on his face like war paint.
Oh, that's delightful. You know, Baron's not very good at acrobatics, so I think he's probably not going to try to make the boat leap. So I think
Okay.
he's just for now.
Okay. He's sitting there huffing and puffing, and yeah,
Yeah.
he's clear. He's did some good work. Okay, so we'll back to the top of the order. Fork. Now you had those bats kind of on you, and you saw Arabella jump from one bat to the other, and now you have her. The bats that were on her seem to be kind of moving over towards your general direction. And
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt earlier. I thought you meant they were all dead. Okay, let's kill them.
No, just the ones up that were up with Baron. The rest of them were back with you by your boat.
I'm not that cool.
I have a spell casting question, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Casting
Ever.
2 spells in the same turn. Is it possible if they're both bonus actions or if they're the same spell or anything like that? I'm not sure of the loopholes.
You can cast 2 spells. One of them has to be a cantrip, and the other one can be a level 1 or above spell.
It only
Theoret-
comes in if you're using a bonus action to cast. If you're like using a reaction and action, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I want to use a bonus action.
Yeah, you can bonus action cast something and use your action to cast a cantrip, or vice versa if your bonus action is a cantrip like Shillelagh.
So like you could do
Stuff like
cantrip. That'd be fine.
Yeah, you can go ahead for that. Yeah, if you have a bonus action cantrip and a bonus action.
Or
Yeah, I'm not too picky for this. For this, I'm not too.
And how many bats are left?
Let's see. So there are 2 swarms that are very only a handful in each, and then there is one very healthy swarm. The one on you right now, they are like all up in your face.
Oh, and they're very healthy.
Yeah, one group didn't get hit by the lightning bolt, so they are at full. They are on you, literally in your space right now.
I don't like that. I'm going to cast Witch Bolt at the one on me.
Okay.
Zap.
Because that does more lightning damage. And I know bats are weak against lightning damage, I know that. We're just casting at level 1, thank you. Oh, that's a bit poor. 7 lightning damage.
7. Wait. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, 7 lightning damage as you kind of angle away that you're able to get some of them, and not you with your witch bolt. And for 7, so you cast lightning and it zips up through them. It nips a few of them, but there are still several bats on you. That is okay.
I mean, it
Imagine
might.
lightning 4 bats and then just all.
I mean, maybe lightning isn't always the best thing. We could try fire as well. I would like to use 2 sorcery points to quicken my firebolt spell into a bonus action and cast a cantrip.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Oh, I'm so glad you did that. Okay. So
10 fire damage. Get down, you little buggers.
Nice.
okay. So let's see here. Any normal fire in the Flame Eater's swarmed space at the end of the magical fire. Read. This is why this was such a beautiful combination.
Oh no. Oh
Okay,
dear,
so
oh dear, oh dear.
You blast them with fire, and as a few of the bats, the fire hits their big bulbous body. You see it kind of crackle over their fur, and you see the light in their eyes grow brighter, and it kind of look like their body absorbs the fire. and they are squeak, squeak, squeak. They are some of them seem to be invigorated by, almost turned on by your use of fire.
Oh
I
no!
think you were.
Oh.
I think you were right with the lightning thing.
Horny flame eater swarm. Bats.
I knew I should have stuck to my Pokemon rules.
Let's see.
Oh, I just got it. God damn it.
Huh?
Pokemon.
Swarm. Continue burning outside. Okay.
They're flying type.
Okay. So the swarm is on you, and as flame crackles over their fur and their eyes grow bright, their flame begins to come back out of them, and they are like on you and on fire. Fire seems to be coming from them. You know, to stay in this spot would probably mean that some of that fire is going to touch you, as they're very, very intimate with their prey.
Oh dear. Well, so be it.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, I am all out of actions.
Okay. So yeah, you blast a few of them with your witch bolt, and try to set some of them on fire. Though they seem to get excited and react joyfully, as now they begin to bounce their bulbous body off of you, and some of the fire that was on them begins to jump to you. And roll a d8, please.
Okay.
As your clothes begin to catch on fire, you take 1 fire damage at the end of your turn.
Oh, that's fine.
Let's see. And that's your turn. So who's next? The bats. Okay, we'll just jump right back into them. So the fiery swarm that's on you, Fork. Let's see here. Is going to take 2 attacks at you. Oh man, 2 attacks at you. With their fiery, happy, sadistic look on their face as they come in for bites. Several of them dive in for bites. Flaming bites here. Let's see here. First bite. Does a 19? I'm guessing a 19 hits?
Yes! Yes, it does.
They come in and some of them bite you, and you feel, along with their normal bite that you were a bit earlier, you feel this fire leap across the skin at the sight of the bites. So the first bite is 6 piercing damage, and
Oh dear.
holy moly, hold on here.
Suddenly,
Fire damage.
Fork looks very bloodied.
And 10 fire damage.
Fork passes out.
Oh no!
So they begin to bite you, and fire is just rippling across your clothing and across your skin, giving you a few small localized 3rd-degree burns. And as they get a taste of blood, they fly up into the air, and they start making their way towards the other boat.
Except
Oh,
Fork sits straight back up, because he's an orc.
Oh yeah!
Yes, I forgot about Relentless Endurance.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
I think
you set back up as they are flying away, and none of them seem to take notice that you that you have gotten back up, and they are going to finish off their meals.
You look like early 90s Undertaker whenever you put him down and they're just like...
Oh, see. Should have sent somebody with you. I guess Arabella could have been your pallbearer. My Undertaker. Kind of, yeah. Oh, that little guy, man. Holy hell. Stuff of nightmares.
Well.
So the swarm begins to head back towards Baron and Arabella. Arabella, the swarm comes just to you, and is unable to, because it has to fight the flow of traffic. It's unable to quite get enough to get like on you and up in your face. But you see this flaming swarm of fat bulbous bats getting ready to descend upon you. And that's their turn. How about the other bats? Actually, we have one set of dead ones and two small swarms. Unfortunately, Fork, they do see that you are alive because you sat up, and the other swarms that are still back at your boat that aren't on fire. One of them follows the flaming swarm, and the other one comes over towards you.
I'm starting to wish I'd taken like shield or something.
Here they come. Oh, hopefully they don't. Okay, so. Damn it.
What else could possibly happen besides that?
Dangerous question.
This is only a few of them. Remember, this swarm's about gone.
True.
Unfortunately,
He's
they
at
still
1
do
HP.
half damage, and you only have 1 hit point left. So I'm going to assume they put you back down, as they do. Where's my 1d6? As they do 1 damage, 1 piercing damage to you.
I'm up! Oh dear!
Oh no.
Taken out by that. All right. So they'd start nibbling on you, nom, 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 nom. And the other swarm comes up. Baron, there was a very tiny swarm of probably like a dozen little bulbous snowman bats coming towards you. 2 attacks. First attack, does a 16 hit?
Arabella, you don't have to be a Valor Bard, do you?
No, I picked
Okay.
lore.
Okay, just wondering if I could use the inspiration for AC. So yes, that hits me.
Okay. There's only a few of them, so they're doing half damage with 1 piercing damage.
Oh,
And
kind of wish I was raging, so it could be 0.
they attack you again, and for 23, I'm guessing that hits
Yeah.
for an
Yeah.
additional 3 piercing, as they are nibbling at you. Nom, 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 nom. And that's it. That's the bat's turn. Okay, Arabella, you're up. You got this.
So I come here, save 1 person. I look behind me to make sure Fork's okay. Oh, he's down. I am gonna try and jump over to the other boat again.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, another DC 14 acrobatics.
Oh yeah.
So you do 3 cartwheels in midair over to the other boat. Sure.
It's necessary. You have to. Everything's with style. Don't you know that?
Yes, it's all performance, dear. It's all performance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Even
so you make it look.
to the bats that are gonna die. Another cure wounds at 3rd level. 23 points of hit points to you.
And I imagine as Arabella is touching Fork and his eyes open, like in his head, smooth jazz starts playing. You saved me, Arabella.
You have more burning to do.
You can say that
Can
again.
I? Huh?
You can say that again.
Can I inspire more than 1 person at a time? As a bard?
Yeah, just one at a
You
time.
can inspire as many times as you have charisma modifier, right?
Yeah, which is like a disgusting number. Speaking
And-
of, I should put 1 down.
I'm back at sharpness too.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and inspire Fork this time.
I don't suppose you happen to be like a Valor Bard or something like that, and I can add it to my AC, do you?
Mm-mm. We went over this at the start. I was between the 2. I picked lore. Dang it. Oh my god, as lore I have cutting words.
Oh yeah, but that means you can make their attack rolls lower as a reaction.
Yeah, I'll remember that next time. I'll remember that. But yeah, to inspire Fork. Crap. Hey, Fork, you have a lot to inspire. Go ahead and use your fire.
God, it was so beautiful. I had to cough. I'm sorry.
Arabella made a poem about me.
One for the ages.
Yes. All Gruul will eventually recite the poem. I heard a love lullaby. Sing it to me.
You can add it to our ancestral songs alongside "I'm a Little Teapot" and "Whistle While You Work."
I will make it the chief poem of my clan when I have my own clan one day.
Oh, see, that is pure appreciation.
Does anyone still remember the words? I think I forgot them.
Oh, Fork, you have a lot to inspire. Something, something, use your fire.
Something, something, use your fire. That's the name of the song.
That's how it's.
Fork, 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 inspire. Fork, 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 fire. Love it.
Perfect.
I feel so inspired.
Okay.
That's my turn.
That's very well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so Baron, you're up, and you have a bunch of fiery bats in a boat next to you, or floating around in a boat next to you. And
If
Arabella
I
is
jumped to the other boat, leaving this boat completely unattended, best idea ever. Could I not be in the flaming bat space but hit them?
they're not in your space right now. They didn't manage to get to Arabella's space, which is what they were trying to do last turn. She jumped around them to get over, so they're not in
Got
anybody's space.
Can I reach them with a greatsword, or do I need to pull up my glaive?
Yeah, all you gotta do is walk to the other side of the boat, and then you can.
All right, let's get them.
Okay. Good, and start swinging, lad.
All right, I'm going to add the D8 to that.
Okay.
For 17.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna hit. So yeah, start popping flaming.
Whew!
Ooh, nice. Okay, so you start. The fiery bats begin to pop and be sliced in half like fruit. And 14. Okay, you can see that there are well under half of them left. If you like to keep swiping away, that's up to you.
Do that one more time, but that will not be hitting. I do not believe.
Inspiration.
I just used it on the last one.
Oh right. I'm not blind. That's what these are for.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 11 does not hit. You're valiantly swinging and popping them and hacking them away, and then the few that are left just kind of you're getting a little too vigorous, and they just float back just far enough for you to keep swinging on your own at nothing.
And it's just kind of spinning in place like Breath of the Wild style. Just...
And yeah, anything else? Bonus action, movement, or more movement?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Next up, we have Fork back at the top.
Right.
You're live again.
My witch bolt obviously is no longer active because I was unconscious. So I wouldn't have been able to maintain concentration on that, so that's gone. So I'm just going to flail about. I'm going to try and batter the bats. And as I'm doing so, I'm doing shocking grasp.
Okay.
If I get my hand on one of the little buggers, I got one!
Okay. So you reach out and you grab two bats. And you start running lightning through them. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, I've heard about you two bats from my Pokemon.
Okay, so you grab the two bats, the two remaining in the swarm, and you channel lightning through them, and you see the little fiery eyes go, and they start cooking on the inside, and the little eyes pop out.
And I'll just start mashing them into my face.
You take the dead cooked rats and you make more war paint as you are rubbing them all over your face.
I just like bathing in my enemies' remains.
They are definitely dead as you are playing with their carcasses. Anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I can't do 2 sorcery things at once, so no. There's nothing else in touch range, is there?
No, because they're both the other swarms are up at the other boat.
Yeah, no, I don't have enough sorcery points to make one quickened and distant. It's not going to happen. Charge me!
Okay, so you're just rubbing some dead bats on you. Yeah,
Alright.
normal stuff. Okay, the bat's turn. So the fiery group of bats, Baron, after getting out of reach of you, they find an opening through your swinging and they dive down, 30 degrees down bubble, and they plummet towards you. And they're going to make 2 attacks. Are they? Okay. They are less than half of themselves, so that is good.
That's
First attack. Oh, that's an 8. That's definitely not going to hit. So they swoop down, and you take your sword and you kind of hold it out, and they smack into it, ting, 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 and are unable to get close enough to you to do anything. Does an 18 hit?
18 would hit, unless my bard friend has something to say about it.
Wink.
Yeah. Cutting words. Thank you. I was writing the next inspiration.
Ooh.
Oh, the lyrics. Okay, and what is that? Roll a
6.
Oh my. Okay, so that brings it down to a 12. Does a 12 hit?
Yeah.
12 will miss me. I have 16 AC.
So yeah, she Arabella starts yelling. What are you yelling, Arabella? What are you cutting? How are you cutting?
I see the bats and I go, "Hey! You unappreciative little pricks! Stop hurting my friends! They're the only ones that like my music."
So the bats dive down, and they dive towards you, Baron, and they all of a sudden make an L, whoop, and swoop on by and begin flying back towards the other boat.
Go hurt somebody your own size.
For a solid heartbeat, I thought the entire cutting words was just "Hi!"
Yeah.
And I love it.
How are you?
Look this way!
It's all
Fork
she
was
needs. She has a loud personality. It's all she needs. Hi!
So they start plummeting back towards you, Arabella. They are unable to reach you, but they are on their way. The other bat,
if that one flies towards Arabella, do I get a swing at it?
No, it didn't quite. Well, I mean, I guess you can. Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
I mean, that's your theory of the mind. You're the one who has the thought image.
Yeah, that works. I don't.
Hey.
There we go.
Nice.
So just 14. The crit was on the advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Okay, so you as they turn and fly away, you cleave through most of them. Now that I'm seeing that they have resistance, that's awesome. At the end of the fight, so you cleave through most of them, and a few of them, now only like 5 of them, are heading towards Arabella.
Thanks.
And they are about done. Let's see here. So, Baron, there are still like 3 of these bats up with you. They are from the other batch was like racked from the lightning. They have made their way back from the other boat, and they are trying to chomp on you. Three lonely bats. So you're swiping at the ones that are leaving, and on your backswing, you didn't even see them, and you cleave through, or not cleave through, but hit one of the bats is trying to bite you in the face with the flat side of your sword, and so then you just kind of like hold it there, and they're tink tink hitting your sword, not intelligent enough to dodge around it, and you easily block both of their attack attempts as they are coming towards you. And that is the bat's turn. So Arabella, let's go to you.
Oh boy. Are there any bats in my range? Like melee range?
Yeah, there's one. If you reach out, there's one. The fiery bats are 5 feet in front of you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I have spells, but not stuff that are good for this. So yeah, I'm gonna try and swipe one with this at the swarm with my rapier. I don't suppose bards have extra attack. They don't, right?
Only certain ones do. Valor and swords.
Why did I not pick Valor?
Yeah, they wouldn't have that yet because they get it next level anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, they're one level behind.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and attack with my rapier at 14.
Oh, okay. 14 hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't have a very high AC.
Cool. 5 piercing damage for that.
Okay. You pop as you're swinging with or stabbing with your rapier. You stab into two of these bats, and you see that there's only 3 of them left.
Okay. As a bonus action, I would like to inspire Baron. By oh, great Baron of yore, what are those muscles for? Slice 'em and dice 'em and lay 'em dead. Your stories of valor grow more.
Ah.
Wow, Baron. Yeah, you are definitely inspired. That was almost as touching as my phone hitting the ground. It was beautiful. Okay, so yeah, Baron, Arabella is singing your praise again, and you once again feel vigorous and imbued. Love bards. Bard love.
They're
Great.
cool.
Okay. Anything else for your turn, Arabella?
That's my turn.
Okay. Baron, you are now up and vibrant.
So the one near me is not doing the best. So I'm just gonna take like the flat of my blade and just like go for the like swatting as many flies as possible at once maneuver.
Sure.
15
Oh, 15 hits. Oh, yes.
or 12.
Oh, yeah, you easily cleave through the remaining bats that are up in your face.
Yep.
There. You want to
So-
see a few flaming ones in front of Arabella, and that's it.
All right. I'll drop my great sword in the boat and pull out my reach glaive and try to see if I can reach him.
Okay. You can tell from here, from this boat to the other boat, you're not gonna be able to reach anything within 10. Like they're not within 10 feet of you. They are right.
Okay. Well, I don't really want to leave this boat unattended, so I'll just like wave it at them menacingly. Ah!
Okay.
Come fight me.
Come at me, bro. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, you're waving your. You said halberd at them.
Glaive,
Glaive. Okay.
also known as a mechanically identical to halberd.
Okay. Let's see here, but cooler.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's me.
Okay, Fork, you're up. A few bats left.
I can see them. I can see them in lovely black and white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on them. I'm going to hold up. I'm going to drop the bats that I was smearing into my face. I'm going to reach out towards the other bats. I'm just going to start squeezing the air. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my distance spell to cast... What's it called again? That's it. Shocking grasp again. I'm going to try and grasp them from a distance.
Sure, yeah.
Oh dear.
You grasp the wall as you see lightning crackle on the side of the wall and reflect off the water below. Lights up the area a little bit for a second, but misses the bats.
I don't suppose adding bardic inspiration to a nat 1 really does anything, does it? Really, it's combat nat 1, so never mind. All right, I'm just little buggers. I can't quite get them. I'll save that. I'll save that D8 from Arabella for later because she's promised me a D8, and I like to go on a D8 with Arabella.
Oh,
Fork.
That's adorable.
what the fuck? Oh, it's amazing.
This is glorious.
So, would you like any bonus action with that cheese, or?
No, just a side serving. Thank you. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
A blessing.
I think the rest of the bats would just explode at this point randomly.
There's a collective groan, and as they just immolate themselves.
Yeah. It's not worth living anymore, pal. Yeah. All right, Arabella. They're gonna try to bite you. They're probably gonna try to put you out of your misery,
Come at me.
so you don't have to endure any more of this. First bite. Oh, shitballs.
Yeah. I think that hits.
All right. Okay, so well, they're diminished, so it's half damage. So at least it's only brings them back up to regular damage and not double that. Not 4d6, only 2.
Mhm.
So 2d6. So 6 piercing, and it's all damage dice. Oh no, not the fire damage.
Oh no.
Hold on. Let me see here. All right. Oh shit. All right, here we go. Though their fire damage added on does not have.
Ooh, rough.
So sorry. 22 fire damage as they bite into you on fire.
28 damage. You just got fireballed.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they are bulbous, so yeah, it kind of looks like a fireballs coming at you.
Should
Rough.
Yeah, a little bit.
They are going to take their second attack and hopefully not crit. That's a 19 hit.
Cutting words. Can I?
Yeah.
Attack towards me.
Yeah. It's a new turn. Yeah.
All
You
right.
can do.
I'm just gonna sort of like groan in pain and be like, "That hurts! Stop it! Stop it! I know I said come at me, but stop it!"
That's true. You did ask them.
I did.
You did invite
Very
them.
nicely.
Go ahead and roll your D. It's an 18 still hit.
Yes.
Oh shit. All right. So it's 3 piercing damage. The second bite is 3 piercing damage, and then where's their stupid fire damage? I guess I gotta put it back in here again. And 8 fire damage. As they don't take heed to your pleas to stop, and they just continue. These 3 fiery bats just continually bite you and bite you.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very bad right now.
And that's the bat's turn. That's all the bats that are left. Arabella, it is your turn now, though.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna sort of hum a tune to myself, just to comfort myself, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Comfort yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that, yeah.
I'm okay.
It's okay. It's okay. This will all be over soon. And I'll give myself 16 HP back, which puts me at 19.
Okay.
I have no bonus actions, nothing. So that's all I can do, really. Actually, wait, there was something to do with being a halfling. Oh no, wait, never mind. Forget that. I'll find that later. But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. So you heal up. Bloop, 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 bloop. And Fork, it's your turn. See Arabella get accosted by the remaining bats. Oh, I'm sorry, Baron. Baron. My apologies.
Well, I was gonna let them deal with the one over there, but not now. I gotta jump over.
Okay, sure. Take your acrobatics.
Acrobatics?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
athletics? One of them. Which of them?
You can use either in this.
Woot.
Whatever's easier for you.
Oh no.
I'm going to use that reroll I was gifted
You have been gifted
Oh,
a reroll, yes.
because I really don't want to fall in the water right now.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
No.
Okay.
No. Yes. Thank you, Michael.
Yes. And before I jump, can I grab my greatsword? Because I just remembered I'm going into melee.
Sure, yeah. You put your halberd away, you grab your greatsword, and take a
And
leap.
big jump slash, keeping with the Link theme.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Oh
25
yeah.
to hit.
That's it. That's the good stuff. Okay.
7. Also
Okay,
the
so
good stuff.
as you valiantly leap from one boat to the other, Airbow, you look up and you see a figure come from the sky and come down on the remaining bats and cleave all 3 of them with one swipe in half.
my.
Flaming bodies fly out into the water. And Baron, you stand there, triumphant, as there are no more bats to be killed.
What happens to the boat now there's 3 of us on it?
I was gonna say, now I lean back and try to grab the boat before it flies away forever.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You jump onto the boat, you land onto the boat, and the boat sinks down, not below the water. It sinks down. You can feel the bottom of it scraping the tunnel. It's no problem. It's nothing to worry about. As just at that instant, the 2 boats go plummeting out into nothing, and you hear behind you and under you, it sounds like there's a drop off as the water is creating a waterfall. It drops down and hits still water. The 3 of you and the 2 boats fly out into the nothingness and then begin to drop. And you see below you, you see the shimmer of water below you as the lantern is kind of shooting off all into this, and you are landing in a pond in the lagoon as you all splash into the lagoon. And it wasn't very much of a fall, not enough to accrue any damage. But the boats, one capsizes and one begins to sink. And
Oh no.
Baron, your lantern is gone fizzled and is somewhere in the water. And the 3 of you are come up to the surface of the water, and you are on some kind of hidden lagoon.
We found a lagoon!
Try to flip our boat back over.
I want to tread in water.
Yeah, I'm not the best at swimming.
Fork, you can see at the other end of this cavern there is the land. It does come up onto land. As you see the waterfall behind you, and are sadly disappointed to look behind the waterfall and see that there's no cave.
Oh.
Oh, that's depressing.
I've been robbed!
It's okay, Fork. We can make our own cave behind a waterfall sometime.
Thank you so much, Double, to pay for that sub! You have a reroll to gift. You know, for a minute then when we were falling, I thought I'd figured out how to fly.
You what?
I've been trying to learn the fly spell. You know, the one that
can
makes you
fly?
go, no, I can't. I wish I could.
Oh, I thought you said you learned how to fly.
No, I thought I had. When we were falling, I was like, wait,
Oh.
I'm flying, and then I thought it was falling.
Oh, but hey, the water helps. Except I'm not the best swimmer. Can we get to shore?
Yeah, everything's wet. This is awful.
Sure we
I prefer
can!
I prefer
Hey, I'm not the best swimmer either, to be honest.
That's good. Or something happens. Okay, so the 3 of you tread water until you get to the shore. Fork, you lead them to shore, and you guys climb up on shore, and this just looking back on the lagoon. You can see the small waterfall that you guys plummeted out through, and there is a tunnel on the ground here now that you are land bound.
How the heck are we gonna get back?
Maybe we can learn to fly.
That'd be good. That'd be useful and convenient. Anyway, we'll worry about that later.
Can we take a moment to just breathe? I feel like we need to breathe.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
You want
Good
to...
with that, Fork?
We should have a sleep. I like to sleep.
Well, yeah, maybe like a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to...
A nap.
Yeah, those were bad bats.
Okay. So you all would so the 3 of you would like to take a short rest?
Yes, please.
That's what I was intoning towards.
Everyone roll a perception check for me, please.
Sure.
I'm
Right,
not.
investigation.
I'm not the most wisdomous. It must be said.
I am distracted.
Okay.
15.
What's up?
We have passives that are better than that, but we didn't roll good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, man, with 8 modifier too.
Yeah.
So you're all.
You know what? I have inspiration still because it lasts 10 minutes. I'll use that.
Hey.
Okay. There you go.
Why not? Because it's probably not gonna come up anyway.
Yes.
So 17.
Okay.
Nice.
Awesome. So you're all setting up to take a break, and Baron, your keen sense of investigation and know-how. You hear some conversation echoing through the cave, the one exit to this cave that you can see. It sounds kind of distant, but you hear, "What? I don't believe so. What? That's bullshit. I could have sworn it was over here."
This
Some
sound
kind of-
like ogres speaking in giant.
No, it's not in giant. It's in common, but yeah, it does sound. It does sound like some kind of dullard of sorts, speaking to somebody, arguing with somebody.
We're supposed to
I think
burn
I
them,
hear
right?
I think I hear the ogres.
Real quick, before we did the short, at the short rest, I would have liked to use Song of Rest. So if anyone's interested in using hit points or whatever, you get an extra d6 to heal up on top of that.
I don't think we've hit the short rest yet.
Oh, we haven't? I
Oops,
thought
I
this
could be
was
wrong.
the short rest.
You're all setting up to do a short rest, but that's up
We
to you.
haven't taken it yet. Oh, okay, gotcha.
But then we heard something.
Oh no! I already rolled my thing and it was good.
We could try to talk with them. We weren't supposed to kill them, so no fire.
Well, okay. We can try and talk to them.
So that's up to you guys. What would you like to do? Would you like to kind of chill out here and rest? Baron, it doesn't sound like they were like right here. It just sounded like it was kind of echoes through the tunnel. So would you all like to chill here or go talk to them?
We're supposed to beat them. It's a bit of a race, so we have to decide if waiting for a little rest is worth the deficit would be behind them.
If you need to rest, I'm actually feeling quite good after Arabella touched me in the tunnel. So I can go and have a little look if you like whilst you get a rest in.
Are
I
you
don't-
sure?
I don't require a rest, but I'd like one.
I don't really
Yeah.
get much out of a short rest, to be honest. I need a big sleep to get all my magic and stuff back.
Yeah.
I mean, I can keep going if you guys want. We can. It is a race after all. We do have to beat them.
What if Fork and I go ahead and try to like slow them down, do a little subterfuge and sabotage, and you'll get your inspiratory spirit reinvigorated.
I'll shout at them until they stop doing what they're doing. It usually works.
Well, you might give me a run for my money with those words that you just used. Okay, sure. I'll take a breather, patch myself up a little bit, and I'll catch up. But just know I have really tiny feet. I don't run that fast.
We won't go too far.
Okay.
Okay. So the two of you, how would you like to head down through the tunnel? Would you like to do a stealthy approach, or you want to just run, or how do you want to do it?
Baron's going to suggest a stealthy approach to Fork. That might not work.
Well, we can be stealthy if you want. I can sneak with the best of them.
Let's do it.
Alright. And then mumble under his breath to Baron. Yeah, maybe I should have stayed back. I didn't realise that there was conditions on the D8 that it would only last 10 minutes. I thought I could pick up the D8 at any time, you know, like sort of redeem a D8 when Well, anyway, let's
Oh.
sneaky.
It's still
Well-
been within 10 minutes. It's still been within 10 minutes since.
Oh, I mean,
If
like
you
when we
got-
get back later on, maybe have some nice, blood and, maybe a small mammal or something.
Are you guys seeing this?
I am seeing
How's it,
this.
how's it going for you?
I mean, you have 4 more hit dice.
What is going on? There we go.
That's better. Alright.
Wow, that's brutal.
Baron is a little roughed up though, so he's going to equip his shield and take out his longsword.
Okay.
You're making an awful lot of noise doing that,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what's over me. I think it's the mortal wounds from fire and piercing on my chest that are kind of giving me some pain, making it hard for me to be my usual composed self.
Okay. So I'm Fork. I'm assuming you're leading this charge, being you have night vision.
Yeah,
Baron's pretty dark.
I have night vision, and it would seem I'm better at sneaking than Baron is, because he's making a lot of noise. So I guess I will lead. I'll go ahead. And I sneak like this.
Okay. That must be how you got to 22. It's all
And I hold on to his trailing hand so I can keep track of where to go in the dark.
That's exactly what it's for.
Yeah. And right now, Baron's thinking, maybe I should have stayed behind because I can't see in the dark.
as you dab your way through the tunnel, go ahead and make a. Oh man, I guess perception check.
I'm
You guys
assuming
trying-
I'm at disadvantage because I can't see.
No, this is sound, so you'd be all right. Are you two following the voices that you hear periodically? Are you
Yes.
doing? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so you can both make a streak.
Could investigation potentially apply?
Not right now, because you're just trying to see if you can keep track of the general direction on which way these voices are going or where they are.
Apparently, we hear good.
Yeah. Don't see so good, but we can hear great. So, so you two are trying to. There's a few branch offs in this tunnel, and you're trying to keep the general direction of these voices. And sure enough, you're able to find them. You take like a left, 2 rights, and a left through different tunnel ways, and you catch up with the voices as this opens up into another large cavern. And you, Fork, you can see, and Baron, you can hear. You can both hear. These voices sound like they're going upwards. And Baron and Fork, you see in the distance there's another cavern with a lagoon. Although Fork, you can see beyond this little lagoon area, there seems to be a large tunnel, a very large tunnel that might lead out into a larger body of water, or possibly out of the cavern region of old Ravnica itself. You look up and you see, Fork, you see 3 very large ogres walking up a gangplank onto a ship. It seems to be an abandoned ship in this very dark tunnel.
As we were going, could I have left little chalk marks behind for Arabella to follow
Sure, if you'd like.
on the turns, so that she doesn't just
Don't,
go off on her own adventure?
Baron, what's the point? Arabella can't see, neither can you.
I imagine she might carry a light source because she won't be trying to be as quiet as we will be.
Oh, yes, the light source that we got. Where is that?
Like, even I got a couple more torches.
All right.
Okay, so Fork, you see the ogres go up the gangplank and onto the boat, and then you lose sight of them as they go up onto the boat, and the two of you hear them arguing. Oh, it's gonna be mine. I saw it first.
Right, we've got 2 options in my head, Baron. We either run and shout at them and tell them to stop, and then we berate them until they submit, or we just set the bloody ship on fire.
Okay, so we've got the Arabella approach and the Fork approach.
Yeah. So do we want to Arabella them or do we want to fork them?
We could try to talk to them and mention that we're from the same employer and maybe cut a deal. Maybe the Baron approach.
Oh.
Oh. So we could baron them.
And then maybe if they turn their back on the wrong time, we just stab them a few times, and then problem solved.
I mean, I just think we should set fire to things, honestly, but I'll take your lead. You seem to be in charge most of the time.
I mean, there could be treasure on the boat.
Oh, I don't
Otherwise,
really have any care for treasure. Unless it's paper treasure, because that burns.
maybe we should just wait for Arabella to show up. Alright, I'm following your lead, Fork.
Alright! And he just starts running at the boat. No stealth anymore, just running.
Okay.
Oi!
Okay. Okay, you two run up to the boat, run up to the gangplank that leads up to the boat from this little rock face, and do you run up onto the boat?
Yes, shouting loudly.
Okay, shouting loudly. Arabella, roll a perception check.
Sure.
I mean, you're sleeping for an hour. It's,
Nope.
okay. Yeah, you're probably sleeping through this.
Yeah.
So the two of you run up onto the boat, and you look, and you see that this is just a long forgotten ship of some sort, and there are things on the deck such as like the spool with the large rope on it, and empty barrels and that look like they've been smashed. And you can see that on the dust and the mold and murk on the deck of the ship, you can see very large footprints, and they all head towards what looks to be a door to the cabin.
That'll be the way that we go then. Like, noting it as what you've mentioned, lots of kindling about. Good.
Lots of things to burn, yes. And you two going over to opening up the cabin? The door is shut. You still screaming?
Shoulder check it.
Yeah. I might look at it for a second first. Give me a second here. And I'm going to investigate the door. Like, see if it's trapped or locked or murdery.
Okay.
First.
Okay, sure.
So I figured out how to get expertise to work in the character sheet. So this is an extra +3.
Okay. Yeah, there's a toggle. You just go into the skill, and there's in the menu there's a toggle for it. Yeah. Or I'm not the skill, the cog wheel.
Yeah. I'll show you afterwards. We can share screen up, and I'll show you.
Well,
cool.
Considering it's a huge amount already. Yeah. So you.
24.
Yeah, you quickly take a look over the door, a very keen-eyed look over the door, and you can see through the crack that somebody has put some kind of wooden something propped up against the inside of the door. It doesn't seem to be locked or trapped or anything, just barricaded slightly.
So the door's barricaded, so we're gonna have to hit it really hard to break it down. Got it?
Alright!
Let's do it together.
Okay, and you know what they say? When you've got a problem, you've got to use your head.
So you're gonna run into it face first?
Head first!
Okay.
Alright, I'll assist Fork. Help push him in harder.
Okay, battering ram? Okay, sure. Go ahead and make an athletics check with advantage, then, Fork. Whoa!
Oh.
So much better.
Worth it.
So, take battering ram Fork face first and rush him into the door. Fork, you hit right at where the two doors split, and poof! The doors fly open. It looks as though all they had was a table pushed up against it, but the force and the sheer power of your forehead is able to burst the doors open and push the table back, and it falls on its side. The doors are open. Maybe a dizzying feeling, but other than that, no pain. You can hear in the distance, probably in the next room. What was that?
Oi!
I'm gonna do my best to like mimic the voice I just heard because I speak giant, and be like, "It was nothing."
Oh, did you hear that? Was that you? No, I'm standing right next to you. Who was that? Ma? Who was?
Do those two voices sound male?
Yes.
It's your mother, Mard.
I'm standing right here, dickhead. I'm right next to my boys.
I tried.
Oh.
Let's just go and say hello, and I'll burst through the next set of doors. Unless they
Sure.
two are barricaded.
No, those ones are still actually kind of partially ajar. And you look in and you see a room with a large desk, with a skeleton of some kind of elvish-looking, probably elvish-looking skeleton leaned up against a chair, and a bunch of different boxes and what appears to be open chests and barrels of treasure of all different shapes and sizes. And you look at these ogres just kind of standing around, and one's like smelling his finger, and the other one's like pushing on his face, and then a older female ogre pushing both of them in the back towards you. Come on, boys, take care of them. What are they doing here? They're gonna ruin everything. All right, mama. And the two ogres are kind of punching at each other, and they're kind of waddling towards your way at a very slow pace, ducking their heads every so often so they don't smack it off of a beam. What are you doing in here? Get out.
You remember Grippo?
Huh? They both kind of look at each other and look at you. Yeah, we know Grippo.
Spiky dude, yeah. He sent us as backup. We're supposed to help you carry the treasure back because supposedly there's a lot of it.
It's gonna go into our cut. No way.
No,
What?
we don't. He already paid us. We don't get anything. We're just helping you carry it.
Just out of interest, which one of you is the leader?
Do a persuasion check, Brian.
Oh,
Deception.
right.
Deception, rather.
They're the same numbers.
Yeah, as they both look at each other,
Oof.
the mother comes up between them and looks over at both of you. I'm in charge.
Right.
I don't. There's no way. This is our treasure.
Falk is going to walk up to one in charge and say quite politely, I understand that when you're negotiating with ogres, you have to assert yourself to the dominant figure. And he's going to make it look like he's going to throw a punch, but instead he's going to cast Shatter on her jaw.
Oh.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. What is that? Con save? Shatter con save?
Yeah.
Hang on, let's get it up. There we go. At level 2, yep. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere must make a Constitution saving throw. I guess that means me too.
Okay.
Fortunately,
I'm
I'm
really
quite constitutional. This is all just part
I'm
of.
hoping we can bring them to go back by Arabella.
Oh, this is still negotiations. These are ogres. They only understand one thing.
Okay, so this is
I hope you're right.
Todd and Fraud. Okay. What's the DC on that?
14
Okay.
and half as much damage on a failed save.
Okay. And what is the damage? 10. So, okay. So you cast Shatter, and the ogres all. Yeah, only one of them seems to take half damage from that. Let me see here. So they look awful pissed off. So we'll go to initiative. Arabella, if you'd like to roll another perception check as you are snoozing.
Shatters. Keep in mind, you don't actually have to be asleep for short rests, just resting.
Yeah, it's true.
16?
Yeah, 16's good. So you hear what sounds like cracking wood coming out of the tunnel entrance where you were at.
Oh dear. I'm gonna just light one of my candles because I don't have torches. I have candles apparently, and I'm gonna start heading into the tunnel as fast as I can, like dashing and all that jazz.
Okay. So you start making your little halfling race against time background music, and you are running down through the tunnels. You have, we'll say, you got enough of the short rest to accrue the benefits, the healing, and you take off. You're coming down the tunnel. Let's see. You are you using any kind of light source, or are you just picking a book for it?
My candle, which I guess
Okay.
I'll be running like this so that it doesn't go out.
You hold your candle. Go. And,
Left you a torch, apparently.
Yeah, this pack doesn't give me torches. This is weird.
So,
actually, a good thing you've got a candle, because I'm not sure that having fallen in the water, the torches would have lit, would they? I know a lot about setting things on fire.
yeah, what I got there.
I tell you, a torch is like a grease fire, right? It's like fats and stuff.
Let's see. Yeah, but it all depends on how wet the material is that the grease is on.
True.
If it's waterlogged, it might not catch. The surface might catch and burn for a second, but I don't know. I don't know torch lore. I should check it out. Let's see.
This is just not doing enough research, honestly, Kyle. You know, like
yes, I need to torch geometrics and chronomics. Let me see here. Yeah, you can. You both can roll initiative, which I think somebody already did, right? Yes.
I did.
Okay. And how much was that? 10 damage for full. And let me check out the ogres. How much life do we have? Okay. So, cursed be the pen. Darn it. Yeah. There we go.
This song.
Okay. Yeah, it's very well. I mean, it's very. I just thought it fit the whole Goonies under the, the cavernous adventure kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so mod 5 and okay. So mod, Todd, and Fraud. Okay. Perfect. And the initiative order is let's do this is Mod, Todd, and Fraud.
0.
Okay.
Does it just not go?
Poor Fraud. He's always getting the shit end of the deal. All right.
It's because he's got no originality. That's the problem.
Got nothing going on upstairs. Okay, go ahead, Nairi. Go ahead and have Arabella make an initiative as well.
Okay, sure.
I guess she's on her way. I'm gonna get her here before
You're a halfling, right?
I am halfling. Yes,
Reroll
I
once.
get to reroll that. Oh, much better. Thank you.
Okay, so 10, 5, so 17. So it'll be Todd, then Maud, then Baron. No, I'm sorry. Well, it was Arabella, Todd, Maud, Baron, and
Fork and Fraud.
Fork and Fraud.
That could be a restaurant chain.
That's stupid.
Fork and beans, but fork and frog.
Frank and beans. Oh, I should have named him Frank. Okay. So.
Oh, now I'm hungry.
Yes. Did you get the beans above the Frank? Okay, so let's start out with Arabella. You are taking off down the tunnel when things go quiet. You hear a big boom and crack of wood. And Fork and Baron, as you cast that shatter, the very floor below you and ceiling above you, the wood begins to splinter, and start to crack open. The floor around you doesn't feel that sturdy anymore. So what would you like to do, Arabella?
Where am I right? Am I still in the tunnels?
Oh yeah, yeah. You're just making your way
Yeah.
through the tunnels, and you've seen a couple marks on the wall where Baron is. That's probably a hint from Baron giving you a way to track.
Hmm.
Their arrows down like this way.
Arabella.
Yeah. First one, there's like a full mural drawn out in chalk, just like Arabella. On behalf that you come to catch up with us, you should endeavor down this passage.
Full character description. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Arabella's just like looking at the word choices, like, you could be a bard someday. And she's gonna follow the arrows and like, yeah, I'm gonna try and dash to get to the end of the tunnel as fast as I can.
okay. So you book it dashing halfling speed, and you hear water up ahead, so you know you're probably coming to the end of the tunnel here, but within the next 6 seconds.
Okay, cool.
Let's see here. So we got here. Todd, good old Todd, is going to. Why you do that? You're not Gruul, imposter. And he takes his big club. He doesn't think you are now. He takes his big club and goes to swing at you. How do you hit my mama? And let's see here.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Todd doesn't like fork anymore. Not that he used one to begin with. Oh, what's he got here? So takes his great club and.
Oh dear! It hurts!
Smash.
Okay. And Fork, you see this club come through the air as you're looking to the side, and it smacks you for 11 bludgeoning damage. And you feel like one of your ribs probably crack.
Do I need to do anything to try and pretend that didn't hurt? Perhaps deception. I'll wait till my turn.
We can do a con save to try to, or not con save, but a con check as you try to act tough. Okay, you definitely wince and mutter a little bit because it's broken rib, more than likely a broken rib on that one. Okay, so that's Todd's turn. He just kind of leans down and looks at you, and you can see through his half-toothy, smelly freaking drool with probably particles of some kind of animal in it, just dripping off his big chubby chin as he leans down at you, Fork, and nobody hits my mother. Ugh. And you try to grit off your pain. And whose turn is it next? Maud. Okay. So the mother kind of pushes Todd to the side. Now, Junior, we're gonna have to. And she starts to crack her knuckles and look at you, Fork. Look down at you, and then you hear a come from behind Maud, a very eerie tone as the skeleton that was sitting at the table begins to stand up, and its eyes and mouth begin to glow with blue iridescence, and it starts to come towards the lot of you, pulling up a great sword.
Gonna make a great story.
It's the ghost of One-Eyed Willie.
Oh, I did not assess the situation at all, really, did I? Didn't read the room. Oh dear.
It doesn't look like it's targeting any particular person, but it begins to come over to the group of you, stealing Ma's turn. Not stealing, but budging in. And as you notice this, because you're looking in that direction, unfortunately for Fraud, he doesn't notice this as he's standing back there still smelling his finger.
Poor Fraud.
And the creature comes up, and as Fraud turns around to see it, it comes slashing down on Fraud. Let's see here. Let's see if it does 2 attacks at the ogre. For 1d20 plus 6. First attack on the ogre is a 15. I think that their AC is shit. Ogre AC, what are we looking at? Oh, 11. Yeah, that's gonna hit. For you can see that this skeleton sword is coated in some kind of black foamy substance. As it'll do 2d6 for the sword damage and 2d6 necrotic. So it slices down through the back of Fraud, doing 19 damage. Fraud cries out, "Mama!" as he takes a big gash down his back. Now Ma goes, "Oh, you don't hit my boy!" She turns from you, Fork, and begins to run towards this skeleton dude. Her fists up. She doesn't have a club. Her fists up, and she jumps at it and tries to grapple the large lanky skeleton for her attack roll. And let's see here. Nobody messes with a mother's kid. 13 is not enough as the skeleton kicks her away, and the mother ogre falls to the ground, and she gets back up, and there are, well, I guess Forky be the only one to notice the tears running down her face as she begins to start to make a charge towards the skeleton again. And who's up next? So Baron, you're up.
Baron is going to assess the situation very briefly and then decide it is time to get angry.
Ooh.
As he invokes his rage.
Nice.
He's going to take out his whip. And he's going to very angrily whip at Fraud.
Okay. Fraud's leaning over after getting his back slashed open, and the whip comes at his face. Ugh. As
That is a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah. So you easily lash him in the face as he's crying out in pain.
That is 10 slashing because 2 extra from rage.
Okay, sure. Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the same thing to Tard.
Okay. So you slash open Fraud's face. This big slash opens up on his cheek, and he's trying to hold his back and where he got slashed open, and now he has his face opens up. Oh! And you're definitely beating him up. And go ahead make your attack roll on Todd. Oh yeah. Todd's turning around to see all this action behind him and kind of taking his attention away from you, Fork, and you slash Todd in the back of the neck, and he instinctively takes his big meaty hand. What? And is trying to pat his neck.
And my ancestral guardians are going to swirl about them, which means that they have disadvantage to attack other people, and if they do attack one of my allies, that ally gets resistance to the damage.
Okay, cool.
And now, because I engaged at range with a whip, I'm going to walk away.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you back away, and as Fraud seems to be in a lot of pain and going through a moment, he doesn't really pay mind to you particularly, but Todd definitely looks at you with a very spiteful anger, and also concern as he's looking around, seeing all these spirit people standing around him. He's kind of waving his hand like, get away from me kind of shit. And
ancestral guardians are a long string of very kind of mousy looking humans with notepads and pens, just writing down, detailing every single detail of him.
Okay, awesome. Very fitting. Okay, anything else? You back away to safe distance?
I have done everything I could possibly do on a turn.
Okay. Fraud, you're up. I'm sorry, not Fraud. Fork, you're up.
Fraud is going to address the group of people now fighting and be like, right, we've all asserted our dominance, and you can see that we are in fact Gruul. So shut up and do what we say, or I'll eat you.
Todd's the only one who seems to notice you as Fraud is on the ground crying in pain as his back and face are slashed open. Maud is barreling towards the skeleton that just kicked her in the face and has hurt her baby boy. And Todd seems to notice you, but is looking at looks to you and looks over to Baron as Baron has attacked him openly. So you're like kind of trying to, okay, we have this dominance. This is our situation, but everybody seems to be preoccupied with their own personal situations at the moment. What would you like to do?
Well, I haven't rolled anything, so did that use my action is my question.
No, you just yelled out something. I mean, if you want to forcefully obtain attention, then you can use your action to do like an intimidation check or a persuasion.
Yeah, I'd like to try and assuage the situation by being awfully intimidating.
Okay, sure.
Please,
I believe in you.
Please roll well now. So no
Yeah,
change.
they are dealing with life-threatening situations right now, and your yelling just didn't seem to pull their attention away.
Turn around and walk towards Baron. Like, well, sometimes you just can't help people. They're just useless, and I'll chuck a fireball over my shoulder.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Just very.
I tried to tell him. I tried to be nice.
But if you were using your intimidation check to
Last two.
actually.
Quicken fireball. Got it.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Hence
Awesome.
the offhanded nature.
I was glad because I really wanted to see the fireball go over the shoulder. So.
I love that. It's like, oh, you can be helped.
Burn it to the ground is the only way.
Awesome. Okay, so you throw a fireball, and let's see here.
So we both actually walked away from them, so that might just get everything.
Yeah, I think that'll get all of them. Yeah, we'll say what's the radius on that? 20 or 30 feet?
20.
Thank you.
So 40 across.
Even with 20 feet, I think that'll still reach all four of them. So yeah, we'll go with all four. So they're dex save from them. So it'll be Mod, Todd, Fraud for the dex saves for the ogres.
I'll roll it again. Ignore the damage and everything. I'm just rolling it for the description.
Okay.
Now, which one of them is Fraud? Out of interest.
Which one is what?
Fraud, because didn't you say Fraud was on the floor?
Yeah, it'll be the third. It'll be the third roll is Fraud, and then this is for the. This one's for the whatchamacallit.
Because if you're prone, don't you have disadvantage on dexterity checks?
He wasn't. He wasn't prone. He wasn't prone. He just he's kneeled down and
aesthetically crying. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Damn it! I thought I'd robbed you of a nat 20. I was all excited.
Okay, so ignore the initiative rolls; those were mistakes. Okay, so Maud passes and takes what's the damage on that? Holy shit, 34. Okay.
And that's actually the second roll. It was 24 on the first roll.
Oh, okay, got you. That's right. That one was just okay. So she takes 12 as she begins to burn alive. Let's see here.
And
12. Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't we on a wooden ship as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is and the floor and ceiling are weakened to begin with from your shatter.
It ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried, like the walls, floor, ceiling.
Arabella's gonna walk around the corner and just see the entire ship ablaze.
So who's next? Todd fails.
The beacons are lit. Fork calls for aid.
6. Okay. Fraud just passed. So what is it, 12 for him? Fraud's not looking so well. Okay, and the creature. Okay, he takes full. Damn it. Okay, so you throw the fireball over your shoulder. You tell Baron, you tried, and you throw the fireball over your shoulder, and it just explodes. and the entire cabin here begins to catch on fire, and you see the ogres running through the flame. The female ogre, the mother, however, did not run out of the flames and is sitting there like trying to choke the skeleton or snap his neck, one of the two, standing in the flames with a crazy look in her eye as she's trying to take out the skeleton. Fraud definitely looks really bad, and Todd is on fire. He's still kicking, but he's trying to get out of the fire. And yeah, that's it. And the entire like I said, the entire cabin is catching on fire. All the containers holding the treasure are now on fire. The desk, the skeleton is on fire. The ceiling, everything. This ship will soon be in a full blaze within a matter of seconds.
And with the rest of my movement, I'll just pat Baron on the shoulder and start walking back the way we came.
Fork, we needed 600 gold from this place.
Oh, it'll still be there.
Maybe. I like the way you think.
600 gold lumps, huge treasure lumps that melted together.
Good enough.
Okay, so you start heading out of the cabin as everyone is burning alive. Very well, very well. Let's see here. So Fraud needs to get out of the fire. So Fraud runs flaming at the two of you, and since Fork has already started to walk out, Baron, you see a flaming ogre coming at you, and looks like he's kind of heading out, but he's got his club raised, and he's going to try to attack you as he's heading this way. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay, so
I block with my shield.
So you bring your shield up, and he comes down with his great club, and you hear the pwang as his club hits your shield, and you slide it away, and he drops his great club and just continues running. You can make an attack of opportunity if you'd like, as he's running by you and towards the door.
I will aim for his ankle thematically with my whip.
Okay.
But does a 12 hit an ogre?
12 hits. Yeah, he only has his high armor on and horrible dex. So
7 slashing, 2 extra from rage.
Okay. 7 slashing. Okay, so you slash him in the ankle, and you can see that you've opened up the ankle, and he's freely bleeding on the floor, and his run becomes a hobble, and he looks like he's got his head down, he's barely heading towards the door. He's not looking well. Fraud is not very fraudulent at the moment. Let's see, and that's his turn. So Arabella, you hear quite the ruckus going on. You are approaching the end of the tunnels, and you burst out of the tunnel and open up into another large cavern with a ship that you can visibly see fire shooting out the side of one of the windows of the cabin, and starting to creep its way through the top of it. And smoke is rising and starting to fill the upper part of this cavern. You hear yelling and screaming, and you are muted.
Do I see anyone?
Right now, no, not from where you're at. You're just now entering this cavern.
Okay. How much of my movement have I spent getting into the cavern so far?
10 feet. We'll say 10 feet.
Okay. I'll try and get as close as I can with the next 15 and see if that changes my view.
Okay. Oh, you're essentially running up rocks and stuff to a gangplank. So, gangplank's like 30 feet. You could get to the bottom of the gangplank with a full dash. Other than that, you can't. Okay. The ship's higher than where you're at, so you can't really see anything on the top of the ship until you get up at the top of the gangplank.
Okay, yeah, then I'll use my movement to go over. And yeah, if I see anyone, great. If not, then I'll just wait.
Okay,
that
rhymes. Yes. See, your melodies stretch far beyond combat. Okay, so you run up and you get to the bottom of the gangplank. You can see fire. You can now get a better view of the fire that's shooting out of the building. And I mean, we can say if you want to cast a spell or do something, we can say you see Fork walking very, very casually, walking out of the, walking on the deck and out towards you.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, Fork, what happened? Thought we were gonna wait.
You just can't reason with some people, Arabella.
I mean, that's reasonable.
Or not, as the case may be.
I'm not gonna cast anything right now. That's my turn.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on.
You can't reason with some people. Well, that's reasonable. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's see here. Who is next? Todd. Todd's still in the flames. Todd grabs his mother and is yanking his mother away from the skeleton and trying to get her off the boat. And she is fighting him. Let's do opposed athletics checks as the two ogres are kind of tug of war fighting each other. So this will be Maud's athletics check, and then or Todd's athletic check, and then Maud's athletic check. Okay, so Todd yanks his mother away from the skeleton and is pulling her through the fire and out of it. Baron, they don't quite get to you, but you see one of the male ogres dragging the female out of the fire, and they are heading towards the cabin door. Now let that thing kill you itself. It ain't gonna kill us. And he starts dragging her away. And that's his turn. So now it is, Skeleton Fucker's turn. Okay, so the skeleton takes some fire damage. We'll say D8 fire damage as he is still on fire from your fireball. A flaming skeleton man comes out of the fire and tries to slash Maud as she is being pulled away. So let's do a slashing Maud type roll. All right, that's a miss. So he stabs his greatsword down into the floor. What's left of the floor? The floor is starting to deteriorate below him, and he walks out of the fire, which is spreading, and stabs down through the floor. Let's see here. The floor is going to do a Constitution save because why not? That's funny. And fails. So the floor gives way as the two ogres and the large skeleton stabbing through the floor gives way, and the ogres and skeleton plummet down into a lower part of the boat, and you lose sight of them, Baron.
That's convenient.
As the floor gives way, the fire is starting to spread more towards your direction, though, and which is good timing because it's your turn.
So there are like barrels of treasure here, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean they're all on fire, but yes, there's barrels of treasure.
Just a little on fire. It'll be fine. I'm going to, since most everyone has kind of left, he's gonna look around and take his whip, loop it around a barrel that is on fire, and hoist it onto his shoulder, and make his way out.
Okay. You want to extinguish the fire first? Because I mean, they are like this whole cabin is on fire, pretty much a wall of fire. So you have to walk into the fire a little bit to grab one of the barrels. You want to somehow like extinguish it or put it out before you put it over your shoulder, or you just want to throw it on there blazing?
So I think the plan I have right now is grab it while it's on fire, dash out, and then put it out next round.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
The damage will keep my range going anyway.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That's good tactics. Okay, so you walk into the fire, you quickly wrap your whip around. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check as you with advantage as you tie your whip around this thing and try to get it so that it's placed enough that your whip is not actually on fire and breaking. Okay, that's good.
I have a lot of skills for barbarian.
You take 4 fire damage as you walk into the fire and you hoist this up on your shoulder, and you feel the singe and burn as it's on your back. But you quickly take out past the ogres, past the hole where the ogres are, that fell down in, and you run out.
Oof. And then I'm extra fast because I'm a barbarian, so hopefully I get nice and clear.
Okay. Yeah, you're easily going out, and you are on the deck now. You can see Fork is talking to Arabella as he's walking towards the gangplank, and combat's over because they are in the belly of the beast, and the three of you are on the deck of the ship.
I got the treasure, guys.
Only
Only a little on fire.
Yeah, let's leave. Leaving is good. There's water nearby. We can use that to get, that sorted.
Good thinking. And I'm gonna hop in the water.
Okay.
Hopefully we're shallow.
Okay. Yeah, you quickly run down to the water before your whip actually burns away, and you go down and jump in the water and put it in the water, and it goes out. It's extinguished, and you take a look at the barrel, and you can see that there is much monies and treasures in the barrel. So this should do for over 600 gold pieces worth of treasure.
Every 6 seconds, Fork is casting a firebolt or producing flame or other such around the ship. Like, well, you just can't, some people, they just don't want to do deals. Baron tried. He tried really hard, and I tried to assert myself, but they just weren't going to listen to anything we said.
Baron looks at the ship, just like thinking, like, doing the math on how hard it would be to get more of that gold, and just sadly comes to the conclusion it's not worth it.
Yeah, the whole, most of the ship, especially after Fork throws the second fireball and any other continuous bombardment of fire spells that he's throwing at it, he's having a gleefully arsonist time as the ship burns up and what's left of it starts to sink and or float into this room. This water seems to be very deep, as most of the ship is sinking down in, with only parts of it peeking up out of. As you all watch it burn for a few minutes and make your way out. Now, did you want to bring the boat, your remaining boat, over to here and then go out through the tunnel, the huge tunnel that leads into this room, or do you want to try to find a way up through the other tunnel?
Does that seem like a viable way home?
It may be. This boat got in here somehow, and the tunnel that's in this room is big enough to accommodate that boat sailing into here. So it probably leads to open water somewhere.
We might want to grab that boat and just get out of here before, like a ship like this. I'm sure there's some kind of about to happen, so we should probably go.
Could I maybe do an investigation check to see if there was a lifeboat, a rickety old lifeboat on the ship that might have escaped the fires?
Oh. Can I do that too?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. Although if there is one, it's surely on fire at this point because the boat is gone. I mean, well, yeah, let's just do that. If you guys have a wonderful check, then we will. Somebody has a wonderful check, then we'll say that there was one towards the front of the ship.
So I got a 21 because I got to add 3 because I can't roll 20.
Expertise. Okay,
fully yet.
Over 20, that'll do. So yeah, there was a small lifeboat at the front of the ship that you can quickly run, or you can quickly lower down into the water and shoo away from the burning mess. If you'd like to do that, that way you have 2 boats.
Yeah,
or one boat, so you don't have to go back to
take it, flip it in the water to put out the fire. Drain it.
It'll be fine. It's just singed at the end. It'll be fine. So yeah, you get the lifeboat off of the pirate ship and you push it out into the water and get it doused with a little bit of fire that was on it, and you have yourselves another boat, a rowboat this time.
Ooh.
That will accommodate 4 people, or 3 people and a barrel.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Don't you just love it when a plan comes together?
Yeah.
That was really impressive.
Fun.
Yeah, it's a shame about the ogres, but they just wanted to have a fight,
What happened to the ogres in there?
Oh, just ogres.
They fell.
Okay. The guy did, our chief did say that, if they got lost somewhere, that's fine. I mean, technically, we didn't kill them, right?
When I last saw them, they were definitely alive.
Same.
Okay, so we're settled. They were alive. We left on good terms. Whatever they got up to here after we left is not our business.
We definitely
Let's get
walked away out of combat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's get out of here before more skeletons show up and try to murder us.
That sounds good. It sounds
Skeletons? I don't want to know. Let's go.
Just undead pirate things.
Sure, as it goes.
Per the norm.
Upside, the fire really dried out my notebook.
Oh, see, silver lining.
Notes saved.
Yes.
So the
To
three of
write
you-
out a quick little pitch for the story of the what was the pirate's name?
One-Eyed Willie. Yes.
Well, One-Eyed Willie's treasure.
Yeah, so the three of you pile in with your barrel of treasure into the lifeboat, and you begin to row, and eventually make your way out of this tunnel system and out to open water. And well, the rest is to be told or not told at a later time, as that is the end of our session for today.
Woo!
Oh
mission,
my god.
mission accomplished! Yay!
Fantastic
Good job,
work,
people.
everyone. That was great.
Where did you bring Fork from?
I don't
Where have
know.
you been hiding him?
I don't know. Fork just happened. Fork was a gift. In fact, Nat was here when I was rolling him up before the session. I just
Yeah.
knocked him up.
Fork just happened. That's going on my wall.
Sometimes fork happens. Well, here we are at the end of the session. Let's go round and talk about who we are, where we can find each other online, and all that good stuff. Why don't we start with Nat? Oh, hi, Nat, and thank you for joining us today.
Hi. I had a wonderful time here. First time at Scratticus Academy, so it was a lovely first introduction. You can find me on Twitter at CrimeNat. I'm the Tuesday DM. Every day is Tuesday, except today. Today's Bazoosa, the Destroyer of Tuesdays. I have a whole thing. Talk to me sometime. If you want to see me play more, later today at 7:30 Eastern Time over on Phantom Roll Booth, I'll be playing in Dungeons and Deductibles, where I'll be a wizard who with horribly low self-esteem, and it's lots of fun. But we're insurance adjusters, and we get up to so many silly things in that game. Yeah, that's what I got going on.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And next around, we have Malakatra or Nairi. Oh, hi, Nairi.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm at Malakatra on Twitter, or Nairi, if you want to know my name. And if you want to see more stuff that I'm a part of, you should go check out Natural Ruckus, where we stream every Fridays and Mondays and bring pretty cool games, alternatively. So yeah, we stream regularly, and we have a Twitter up, so you can follow our time schedule there if you like. It's super cool. We've got great DMs there. Aside from that, I'll be here again next week for more Gruul Trouble. It's going to be great. Or if you want to find me on my art Twitter, you can check out RS Doodle on Twitter, and you'll just find that stuff over there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. And please feel free to link the art stuff, the RS Doodle. It's Twitter, right? Actually, I can do that. What am I talking about? I can do that. Oh, hi, Kyle.
Hey, what's up? Another awesome trip to Ravnica. I'm loving these. This is a great series, and thanks, Scrat, for having me again. True honor. Love your community. Love hanging out here, and love playing games and or running them. So yeah, I'm Sir Stalwart on Twitch, Twitter, and the things. And yeah, I run games on my channel as well, although I'm kind of in between, like I'm going to figure out what I'm doing for the next few months, so looking to do some playing as well. So any other channels, groups, whatever, looking to branch out and do some of that. That's why I'm kind of holding off on adding more games than just my Ravnica campaign to my channel at the moment, until I figure out what all games are. So yeah, every Sunday night 6 p.m. We have Shadows of Ravnica on my channel every Wednesday. I'm here, and until further notice, everything else is kind of up in the air. I'll play on different channels here and then do my own stuff over here. So, yeah. I desperately look forward to seeing what happens next week with Fork and Arabella, and Nat, thanks for coming and joining us today. You're awesome player, and I had a wonderful time. And it was good to finally meet the Gruul, because I have yet to truly run any Gruul on any of my Ravnica campaign or anything as well. So, Barry, thanks for introducing me as well.
Thank you. This has been a delight. I am a big fan of the Gruul so far. Burning stuff. I can already see throughout this month there's going to be a great dynamic between Fork and Arabella. And Baron, you're a wonderful Kickstarter, I guess, for the is that still a non-trademark phrase? Can you still use that when you're not talking about a Kickstarter? I don't know, but a great Kickstarter to this guild. Probably not. It's fine. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to bringing Fork back next week. I would have done a couple of things differently this week. I often talk about my favorite part. This part would be the things that I'm sort of still learning, because the academy's all about learning. I would have taken a short rest with the party rather than had me and Baron walk off, because that led to Arabella being excluded from the last fight. So I would have done that differently, and I also probably wouldn't have done the shatter thing, which seemed really cool in my head at the time of a way to start negotiations, but of course inevitably started combat, so I would have thought that through a little bit more if we were to do the whole thing again. But hey, that's what it's all about, right? Learning things as you go. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming along and viewing today. If you want to check out my things, this is my channel. I will get the bot to start spamming you with links again. There's all the social links, all of the places you can find us, all of the ways you can support us, all of our sponsor information. Big thank you to Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, who are our official sponsors. And also we have links there to the websites where you can get 10 to 15% discount using our special codes if you check out the panels below the screen. And every time you use those codes, every time you go and look through our sponsors pages and all that sort of thing, you genuinely do support us, even if you just go and send some traffic that way. We appreciate it. That's everything. Today we are going to go and raid a cooking stream with two nerds from the community who are part of Geek Space TV, who are another inclusive space for D&D gaming and other TTRPGs. We're going to go and raid Anna Geeks for the first time. In fact, this will be the first time we go to Anna Geeks game, so we need a decent raid cry. And I think today's raid cry will be
Fork just happened.
Sometimes fork happens, yep. Fork just happened. There we go. Fork just happened. There it is. There's your raid cry, everyone. We will see you in there. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great couple of hours. We'll be back here in just about 2 hours with my game, Cypher Seminars. Today we're doing something a little noir, so look forward to that. Catch you later, everyone. Until next time, keep evoking emotions. Bye!
Yeah.